Hello everybody, I'm gonna be on in just a moment. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're making Krampus. Whoa. Well, I'll explain what that means in a second. If you're watching right now, please like this video down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the little bell icon so you don't miss it when we go live. We'll be on in just a second. I just want to get my coffee ready. Alright, be on soon. Bye. Let the Krampus begin. Here we go. We're gonna start here. Yeah, why not? Hi everybody! Hope you're having a great Friday the 13th. Did you guys know it's Friday the 13th today? Well, I did. Anyhow, I thought, you know, it's Friday the 13th, but it's Christmas time. Let's do something a little Christmas creepy. And at first I was like, well, maybe Nightmare Before Christmas, but, you know, way more fun. Let's make Krampus. If you don't know what Krampus is a demonic, like, goat Christmas figure that punishes children that are bad. That's basically the gist. He looks like a big goat demon troll thing with horns and teeth and weird tongue, and he carries a stick and he's got a basket where he puts kids into it. It's super creepy. It's gonna be hilarious. This is gonna be fun. So Christmassy. Wow. Anyhow. Let's get hooking. Huh? Yeah? Sound good? Yeah, sound good? Okay, good. Wait, wrong one. This one. There we go. Okay, guys, so I got something kind of fun today. Today, for our pattern, we are going to be designing this live. It is going to be based on the troll pattern, which looks like this. And this idea was fully inspired by Zoe, who is actually in the chat right now. Everybody say, hi, Zoe. Hi, Zoe. Thank you so much, Zoe, for just being so awesome, and I'm just really excited to turn your creation into reality here. They made a Krampus using this exact same thing on their sorry, my thing goofed here. They made a very similar thing on their Instagram channel, our Instagram account, which you can find. You know what, Zoe? Feel free to put your @ in the chat if you'd like to. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And so I decided, you know what, let's make this an official part of the website and make it an official pattern. So what you're going to need today, first off, you're going to need this pattern to base it off of. Now, we are going to be putting this finalized Krampus pattern on the website after we're done. Shout out to Cooper, who is helping us add patterns to the website now. Cooper, you rock. Thank you so much for your help. But if you want to kind of work with us during this live stream while I design this live, I'm going to be working off of this pattern as the base, and I'll be making changes as I go. If you want to crochet with us today, you're going to need the following materials. I'm going to be using all worsted weight yarn. I won't be using 100% cotton in the whole thing. I think we'll probably make 2 Krampuses today. But because we're using worsted weight yarn, we're going to be using a size G 4mm crochet hook. I will be switching off. I think I'm going to make 2 Krampuses because the first one I think we're going to make with our Club Crochet Amigurumi cotton because I'm most confident in using this yarn. And this way we can get the basic design made. And then once we have something that we really like, and we'll be using, by the way, we'll be using the colors gray, black, maybe a little bit of our beige here. And then once we feel very confident with that, we're going to be moving on to this wonderful yarn that I got at an event a few weeks ago. The yarn is called You Can't Take the Sky From Me, but it's from the yarn artist Schmutzerella. There you go, I said it right. From Washington. They make this really cool yarn. This is a little bit lighter than we normally would work with, but I think we're gonna make it work. I might have to double it up. What's really cool about this yarn though, and why I'm really excited about using it today, is I don't know if you can see it that well on camera, but it's really glittery. It looks like nebula space black. It's so cool. I'm really excited to see what we can do with it today. So that is the yarn we're going to be using once we feel confident in our pattern. I also got some of this what is this called, like twine, that I thought maybe we could try to make the basket out of this. I don't know. I've been wanting to use this for a while, and I had an idea for how to make the basket using this without actively crocheting with this yarn, because this is not really yarn to crochet with. So we'll see how well that works. We'll also need a bunch of sticks for the Krampuses. He's got a switch, which is like a stick to hit people with. This is going to be a crazy creation. I'm very excited. And then, of course, you know, you're going to need your crochet hook. You're going to need scissors. You're going to need safety eyes. I'm going to be using 6mm safety eyes in this video. Let's see. Is there anything else that I'm missing here? Oh, yes. You might want some pipe cleaners. We can try crocheting the horns and stuff, but I think it might be fun to try to make some horns and things out of pipe cleaners. You also need them for the arms anyhow. So if you want to get some pipe cleaners, I suggest using maybe a beige or a black or a brown pipe cleaner. You'll need some stuffing, of course, and I think that's about it. If you like what's going on here and you want to support this channel, well, thank you. That is so cool of you. I really appreciate your support. If you want to support for free, well, all you got to do for that is just like this video down below, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and push the little bell icon so you don't miss it when we come out with new videos. I do new streams like this every week. We have a bunch of different patterns on the website. Speaking of, if you want to support monetarily, that would be super cool. You don't have to, but it would really help the channel out. This channel is completely supported by individuals like yourself that want to support us monetarily. Probably the best way to support monetarily is with the Club Crochet membership. Members get early access to future patterns. They get access to the exclusive library of tutorials, like last week's Grinch ornament pattern that we made. This is now on the website thanks to Cooper. Thank you again, Cooper, for your help. So patterns like this are available for members. Memberships start at only $5 a month. You can get a free trial if you want to. Cancel it at any time. There are over 300 patterns and tutorials on the site, and the troll is actually one of them. So this is a great pattern to get started with. There's a bunch of different Christmas patterns like this Christmas tree in the background here and stuff like that. You can also help support monetarily by purchasing merch and kits in the store. We have a bunch of different kits available. Today is the last chance to purchase a kit and make certain that it's going to be there by Christmas. You can try to get it there by Christmas if you don't purchase it today, and it might be able to get there. But if you purchase it today, I can guarantee that it will get there, at least if you're domestically in America. There's a bunch of different kits and merch in the store from a bunch of different crochet kits for dinosaurs and strawberries and suns and all these cool things. I really think you should check it out. We have this really cool bundle right now that's a great offer. But we also have a bunch of different other merch like pins. This is our little Christmas ornament pin that's actually on a magnet. So it's actually a magnet for your refrigerator too. We've got a bunch of different dinosaur pins available, stickers, you know, all the fun stuff. Hey, that music's really loud, right? Boom. We're going to turn that down just a little bit. Okay. Well, I think that's everything I wanted to go over. Let me know if you have any questions as we go throughout this live stream in the chat. I am way willing to take a pause from what we're making and explain how to crochet certain things. So if you get stuck at any point on any pattern on the website, but especially today's pattern, feel free to just reach out via the chat and I will do my best to help you out. And I'll do my best to explain what I'm doing during this pattern. A lot of this pattern is going to be based off of that troll pattern. So because of that, I probably won't go into detail on too much of the like actual written instructions for the base of the pattern, but when we get to specifics like doing color changes, like adding the horns, like we're going to change the feet to be more like little hooves, things like that, I will go into detail for those parts of the pattern. But again, if you have any questions as we go, please feel free to reach out in the chat. Okay, well, I think that's everything I wanted to go over. Make sure again to like and subscribe, and let's get hooking. Let's get hooking. So we're going to start with a base one using our gray and black yarn from our Club Crochet Amigurumi cotton line. And then once I feel confident, specifically when I feel confident with the face, that's the place that I'm most not confident in, is where I'm going to do color changes in the face. I'm also not confident in using this yarn because it is much thinner than my normal yarn. So I'm going to have to either work two strands together or try different like combinations of yarn or something. But let's start actually by, I think I want to start by making the face just so that I can get comfortable with it. By the way, Zoe, I know you're in the chat. You're going to be super, ultra, mega, super great help today because you can help guide me on what you did when you created this pattern, where you did color changes and stuff. So I'm probably going to be asking for help in the chat from you if you are available to provide help. Okay. Let's get rocking and rolling. Enough chit chat. Maybe I actually will start with an arm. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to start with the arm. I'm going to make the arms so that the palms of the arms and hands of the arms are in gray. That's going to be our skin tone for our Krampus today. And then the rest of the arms and stuff are going to be made using black. So like, you know, the ends are the skin tone and then the rest is fur. So we're going to start with our gray yarn. And these arms are going to be pretty much the exact same pattern as the troll pattern on the website, which again looks like this fella right here. So we're going to start with our gray yarn. We're going to make a magic loop, and I'm just going to single crochet into the magic loop. Rounds, pretty much this entire first part of this pattern is going to be made the same way. So it's just going to be the color changes that are different. So I'm starting with 6 single crochets into a magic loop, and then increasing up a little bit and adding a thumb, and then I'll change back over to our black yarn after we make the thumb. The thumb is made using what I call a mini bobble stitch, which is just basically a bobble stitch with 3 double crochets together instead of 4. I know I might be getting into the details of crochet stuff here, and so if you are more of a newbie crocheter and are curious about what the heck I'm talking about, let me know in the chat. Hey, by the way, how's everybody's week been? What have you guys been up to? How has your holidays been? Going to any fun Christmas parties? Jimbo's here to join us. Yes, hi, buddy. Hi. Do you want to say hi to the chat? You can say hi to the chat after I finish this round. One sec. I've had a pretty good week. I've been working on a bunch of patterns for our next seasonal kit, which is going to be coming out mid-January. So I've been putting a lot of effort into that. By the way, I just finished round 2 of our arms, and now I'm going to be changing to our black yarn. So that's pretty much it for the arms. I think that's going to be enough to get the look of what we want here. Oopsies. Zoe, did you do this? Is this how you did it as well? You just changed over to black after like the second round of the arms? I'm pretty sure you did. I was analyzing your creations and was like, I'm pretty sure that she just changed colors there. The face is where things are going to get a little tricky. Hi, Jimbo. Oh, you're right. I did say you could say hi. 1 second. Okay, come here. Come here. Oh, we'll switch cameras for you. There you go. You want to say hi? Say hi. Oh, now you want to leave? Well, make up your mind, bud. You don't want to say hi? Now you're quiet and purring, huh? Can you hear him purring? Hi. Thank you. Wow, you're so sweet. Okay, let's get back to crocheting. Okay, we can say hi more to you later. Be good, or else Krampus is going to beat you up or whatever. Hit you with the stick and stuff. Okay. So that looks like a good start for the arms. I can probably just cut the gray yarn now and continue on. What did I do this week? Well, yesterday I actually had a pretty fun day. I went down to LA to meet up with a friend who is... Oh, Tina, thank you so much for your support. I forgot about that. If you'd like to support this channel monetarily with tips, you totally can, and it'd be really cool. All you need to do is hit the little dollar icon at the bottom of the chat, and you can super chat. And if you super chat today, I will add something on screen, Jimbo, that is yarn, not food. Sorry, buddy. Let's see. What can we add for Tina? You don't know? Well, that's not very helpful, is it? How about we add a little tiny baby ogre? Sure. I've been working on mini versions of all my trolls and goblins and stuff for next year's Stitch relaunch. And so I've been making mini versions of all of them. And so this is my mini ogre. And I'm going to just put this out on screen for you today. Tina, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. We'll have them right here. I feel like Krampus's elves would just be goblins and trolls and ogres and stuff. I don't know. That just feels right to me. If anybody knows a lot of lore about Krampuses, feel free to let us know in the chat, by the way. Is that music getting even louder? I don't know. How does the sound sound? How does the sound sound? How does the sound, see? How does the sound, see? So yesterday I went to a friend's office in LA. He is a friend that makes video games. And he's working on a game right now that is a lot of motion capture. And so he's like, hey, you want to come down to the studio and see how we do this and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Sure, I'll come down. And it was awesome, dude. There was just a bunch of people in funny outfits with dots all over them, pretending to get shot and blasted by explosions and stuff. It was really fun. It was just really like, whoa, this is crazy. And what's even cooler, I think, very soundy, but not too loud. Okay, cool. Thanks, Louie. I appreciate it. Love seeing another Louie in the chat, too. That's just always great. Tig. Hi, Tig. Thanks for joining. So what was even cooler about this place is that the people that were working on this had an Oscar. So I got to see an Oscar live in person. It was really cool. It was very cool. I got some pictures of it just because I was like, what? You have an Oscar? That's awesome. And then, of course, I was like, well, what do you have this Oscar for? Well, it turned out these dudes that are helping with this project are like motion graphics and CGI pros, and so they got an Oscar for Avatar. This was an Oscar from Avatar, not The Last Airbender, the other Avatar, the blue one. Crazy. And so that was pretty cool. I was like, whoa, you have an Oscar here. Why isn't everybody like consistently freaking out about how you have an Oscar? It was very neat. So that was pretty cool. And then we went to Japantown and just had some good Japanese curry dinner, which was a lot of fun. And that was my day yesterday. What did you guys do yesterday? Did anybody else see an Oscar yesterday? Because that would be crazy. That's actually my second Oscar that I've seen. One time I was at a like reading or something for Community. This was when the show Community was still on the air. And after the reading, I went back, or we were like leaving, and I saw a door that I knew went to the backstage. And I was with a friend at the time, and I was like, I'm just going to see if this door's open and go in. And he was like, what are you talking about? No, don't do that, don't do that. He was so scared. He was like, don't do that. No, you're going to get in trouble. And I was like, what's the worst they're going to do? Kick me out? Like, it's fine. So I went, opened the door. It was straight to the backstage. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go in. I got to meet the entire cast of Community. No one questioned that I was there. I just went in and hung out with a bunch of people. And got to talk to a bunch of people. And the guy that plays the dean, whose name I can't remember right now, had his Oscar. He had just won an Oscar for Up in the Air or something like that. And so he had an Oscar with him. And I was like, oh my gosh, can I hold your Oscar? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I got to hold his Oscar. It was the coolest thing ever. The best case of breaking the rules, or... You know, there was no rules. No one said not to. It was super cool. That was a really cool night of mine. And yeah, I got to meet Don Glover and it was a really cool moment for me. That was a long time ago, but I still have a picture somewhere of it, and I'm just like, hi. Like, my face is like, I'm not supposed to be here, but hi everybody. That was really cool. I actually forgot about that until now. Hi, Elf Laney Crochets. How you been? What are we making today? Today we are making a Krampus, which is like a Christmas demon from like European folklore. I think Germanic, Central European. So that would be what? Germany and like places like that. Wow, sound more like an American every day. Yeah, we're making a Krampus. I kept saying Krampus, and then I watched some videos to explain it more, and I was like, oh, it's Krampus. I said it wrong. And then I also was like, oh, maybe I'll watch the movie about it. And then I realized, oh, this is a scary movie. Of course it's a scary movie. I don't want to watch a scary movie. I don't like scary movies. But I like demons. I think that's so funny. I like, I don't know. I just think I think it's kind of a fun idea, and it's Friday the 13th, so why not? One time, oh my gosh, I got another silly story. Let me tell you all my demonic little stories of myself, so that Krampus comes and takes me away. One time I went to a show of Jules's. My wife is a musician, and when we were dating, she would do a lot of musical shows. And one time she went to a show that was in just like someone's house, and it was super cool, super chill. But one of the other musicians there was was very crunchy. That's the word I'm going to say. You know, very, very spiritually aligned. You know, the kind of person that would ask you, the first question they'd ask you is what your sign is. Which, you know, I don't have a problem with people like that at all. Like, at all. I'm from, you know, I used to live in San Francisco. There's a lot of crunchy people in San Francisco. But I was just in the weirdest mood. I was in a weird mood. I was crocheting in the back of the room and just hanging out. And in the middle of her set, she goes, "You're all goddesses out there. You're all angels and goddesses." And from the back of the room, my intrusive thought just took over. My little demon in me, on the back of me, took over. And I swear, full voice, not as loud as I could, but not keeping it a secret. I go, "I'm a demon," like that. From the back of the room, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I said that out loud. It was really funny. The whole room laughed, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done that." But it was really funny. And now Jules and I, every now and then, just look at each other and go, "I'm a demon," and yeah, it's very funny. Anyhow, real Crunchola wouldn't ask your sign. They'd assume your sign. Oh, you're totally right, Zoe. They just totally assume my sign. Hey, chat, what's my sign? Go on, guess. First one to get it right will get something crocheted out on screen for them. First person to guess what my sign is. I'm going to guess Zoe's sign is a Taurus, just because I only know like 3 of them. And here's a good hint. Mine is not a Taurus. Nope. I ain't a Virgo. I don't even know what a Virgo is. Wait, seriously, what is a Virgo? I don't know what their thing is. Ooh, we got some good guesses here. No one's right yet. Oh, I'll give you a really good hint. We're kind of making at least part of what my sign is. What does that mean? Well, you're gonna find out. I have a very strange sign. I think my sign's like a thing. You know how like everybody has, you know, like Taurus is like a bull and stuff like that. Mine is probably one of the weirdest of the signs. Oh, someone got it. Tig, of course Tig got it. Capricorn. Yep, I'm a Capricorn. The sea goat. You know, because we're making a goat dude. You get it. All right, let's add something to the background for you. Let's go with something weird. Something weird for you. How do you say? What do you say, kiddo? Wait, woo. I'm in a weird mood. Can you tell? I'm in a weird mood. Here, we'll add this to the background for you. This is for you, Tig. A little alien. Because why not? We're going to add the alien to right here. Just staring from the background. Because why not? Why not? Adding things to the background. The sea goat. The weirdest sign. Where the heck did a sea goat come from? And why have I not seen a sea goat in any other thing other than, like, your astrological sign? You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, mythical sea goat creature in anything. There's no, you know, there's a sea horse. There's no sea goat. I don't know. I just think it's the weirdest sign. It's very cool, though. I like that I'm a weird sign. Oh, dude, Elf, you're getting... Oh, my gosh, that's so exciting. Lainey just said in the chat that they're getting our Club Crochet yarn for Christmas. That's so exciting. Oh, my gosh, I'm so excited for you. I hope you like it. And thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that. Louie is also... Oh, my gosh, we got 2 Louies here, and both of us are Capricorns. We are one. That's awesome, dude. Love that. Just a couple of Louis. All right, we're just about done with the arms for our first Krampus. And like I said, we're probably going to make a couple of these today just because I wanted to make one in our club crochet yarn and one in our fancy special yarn today. I think that's probably good. Did I do a slip stitch to finish it? Oh, I did. Okay, wait, hold on. I need to undo that. Whoopsies. I've been listening to a lot. I got my Spotify Wrapped this year, and I want you to guess what is the. I am very weird when it comes to genres of music. I listen to kind of everything all the time. But this year I got into one specific genre more than I've ever gotten into it before, and I was just jamming with it. And so I got my Spotify Wrapped was like, here's what you listened to this year, and I was like, dang, Lou. Can anybody guess what genre I've been listening to a lot of? What, and specifically, I've been listening to one artist a lot because they just came out with an album that I really like. But I don't think it's what you'd guess it was. Just because it just feels like it would be a weird guess to guess. Oh, why does this look so much smaller? You don't know. What did you do, Jimbo? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I did 9, and then I did 9, and then I did 6. Then I did 6, 6. I think I just crocheted tightly. It's not that much bigger, but it is slightly larger. It'll be fine. Okay. Country. No, not country. Not country music. That's actually one of the ones I listened to probably the least. When I was in like middle school and early high school, I listened to a lot of country. But I moved on pretty early on, especially when I got to college. I listened to a lot of weird stuff. Goblin folk punk. Oh yes, Zoe sent me that. That is so cool. I love that yours is Goblin folk punk. That is so you. I love that. Your Lainey's Spotify Wrapped is completely weird. Mine, there was actually a decent amount of gaming music, Tina. That's actually a good guess. There was a decent amount of gaming music in my Spotify Wrapped. But the thing that I listened to the most this year was so weird. It was rap. I listened to a lot of rap this year. Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of liked some rap. But I don't know. This year I just found a few artists that I really, really dug. No Name is an artist that I'm a really big fan of. It's a very it's almost like very poetic rap. It's very wordy. But I like it a lot. And then I've listened to a lot of an artist named Dochi. I think she's cool. I think she's way cool. And I really enjoy her music. So that was on my Spotify Wrapped. Very funny. And then, Childish Gambino, been listening to a decent amount of that. I don't know. I just been getting into rap a lot this year. More than I had before, for sure. Yeah, last year's was a lot of like French, like classical music. Big jump. And then before that, I was in a weird phase of what Jules called Japanese elevator music for a while. Now, I think that was a terrible description of what it was. It was basically like just Japanese, like Ginger Root is an artist that I really like, and he is what Jules calls Japanese elevator music, which is, I think, a terrible description for really, really good genre. But check it out. If you're into some fun music, check out Ginger Root. I think you'll really like them. Your friends are talking about you behind your back. Well, let's talk about them behind their back. Psh, I bet your friends are like so nice and cool. Got them. Got them. Okay, we need to look at... We are at the place in the head of our character here where we need to start doing some color changes. So I want to make the face of our Krampus gray, whereas the rest will be black. Japanese elevator music sounds like it would go hard. It does. It goes very hard. One sec. Okay. So I'm thinking that we're going to change colors here. I actually realized this troll that I made, I think their face is further down than I normally do. Normally I do the face a little higher up. So I think we're going to do that for this one. And we're going to make it so it's like gray, gray. That's where the nose is. Gray, gray, gray. Let's see, wait. This is actually a better troll of an example here. So it's going to be 1... and then an increase, and then boom, and then an increase, and then 1. So I think we'll do that. We'll do gray, 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 and then switch over. Back over to black. And then we'll get back to gray when we get to the next round. And the ears will be gray as well. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so let's do that. So we're gonna start with gray. So I'm going to pull back a color. I'm on the head round 2. I did the first 2 rounds as black. Now I'm going to change to gray to start this round out. This round is going to be mostly single crochets and then increases. But we're going to do the first part in gray. So we're going to change to gray. And this round is going to be 1 single crochet in gray. I'm going to cut this black yarn from the end off. We'll have it to the side, and then we're just going to leave this other black yarn loose. This is called floating the yarn. It's when you pull it off to the side and you ignore it, and then when you come back to it, you pull it back over. It pulls the yarn on the inside, so it floats it, which is good for things like sweaters or amigurumi where you can't see the inside of your yarn, but for things that you're working that are flat, you don't want to float yarn. So there's a little tip for all you crocheters out there looking for a little tip or two. So we're going to do 1 in gray and then an increase in gray. So 1 single crochet, 1 increase. And then we're going to do a spiked bobble in gray to make the nose. A spiked bobble is basically a mini bobble stitch with a picot in the center of it. So basically I do 2 like starts of double crochets into the same stitch like this. And then I'll do a picot by chaining 2. This is what I call a mini picot. I chain 2. I go into the back loop of the first chain that we made right here. You can kind of see it on the back here. Get into that back stitch and then do a slip stitch into that stitch. And it makes this pointy little nub there. And then I do another double crochet repeat into the same stitch like that. And then leave with 4 loops on the hook. I do a yarn over and pull through all of them. And it creates this little nose at the top. Okay, so after making that spiked bobble, we're going to do an increase stitch. 1, 2, and then we're going to do 1 more single crochet in our gray before we change back to our black yarn. Like this. Is this similar? Oh, I'm doing exactly the same. Okay, well that's good to know. I love that. Love that for us. I'm going to leave this floating yarn pretty loose on the inside, just so it doesn't get in my way as I'm going. And then now we're just changing right back over to our black yarn. So we're going to do an increase into the next stitch, like that. Okay. And you know what? We'll cut this gray yarn with a little bit of an end. We don't need too long. And then we're just going to come back to it in just a second when we finish up this round. And we start making the ears. Good to know that I'm doing it the same way. I do think I'm going to be doing the horns different than you. Lainey is starving, Marvin. What do I think of salt and vinegar chips? They're my favorite kind of chips. Well, actually, no, I'll take that back. My favorite chips, I think, are salsa verde Doritos. I love salsa verde Doritos. I ate a whole bag last week because I am a bad boy. Wow, bad boy eating a lot of salsa verde chips. Wow. But I think as far as potato chips go, yeah, big fan of the salt and vinegar. Big fan. I used to actually think it was really gross when I was younger, but you know, then I came around. I figured out, what are you talking about? Gross. This stuff is great. All right, I'm going to finish up this last increase in round 3 of the head and switch over to gray from our last pull through, because now we're going to switch back to gray and we're going to do an ear and then single crochet all the way across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to do another ear all in gray. I don't know if we're going to use gray after this, but this will probably make the whole face black. Now, or gray. And then what I noticed in Zoe's creation is that I think she did some embroidery with black to make it so that there was like a line of black between the ears and the face. Zoe, is that accurate? That felt pretty accurate to me, but I don't know. Let's start by doing our ears. I'm going to make the ears pretty long. So normally in the pattern, we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we do a slip stitch, single half half, which is pretty good. That'll make the ears about this long. Actually, you know what? That is a pretty good ear. That's a pretty good ear. We don't want it to get in the way of our other parts of this pattern anyhow. Ooh, you did 1 stitch in black, 6 in gray, and then 1 back into black. Oh, interesting. Back in black. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, well, let's see what this looks like with this ear first. 1 slip stitch, 1 single crochet. It's going to be interesting when we get to the basket. I've got an idea, but I don't know if it'll work. Half double crochet, and then another half double crochet. Like that. Okay, so you're telling me that here you switched to black yarn before going back to gray. You know, I'm just going to do gray and do some kind of fancy footwork with the black, just because like pulling through with black yarn here might be weird. I guess it could work. So that would make this stitch black and this stitch black, which might be a little close to the eyes. Maybe it is a good idea though, to have like fur on either side of the face. Oh, it's such a detailed little trick here. I don't know. Such a baddie. Wow. Let's try just making them gray, because I know it's going to be a lot easier this way. So we'll go 1. Instead of making this stitch black, we're going to make it gray. And then I might do some embroidery to like fill in the black over it. So let's just see how this looks first. 1, 2, 3, 4. This music is weird. 5. Is it loud? No. No, it doesn't look like it's peaking or anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 8 is going to be here. We're going to change back to our black yarn. I'm not going to let the yarn float this time because it's just a long distance. Usually, if it's more than like 6 stitches, I don't make the yarn float. I just cut it and come back to it. So that's what we're going to do here. And I'm going to just go around the black yarn for that stitch just to keep it in place as I make the ear. How's everybody's Christmas been? Any good Christmas gift ideas that you guys have made or plan to make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. did one too many. I've been kind of slacking on the Christmas gifts this year. I've been doing this thing recently, for the past few years, where I just buy gifts year round and just keep buying gifts year round. And then at the end of the year, I look at all the gifts and I go, okay, this one's for this person, this one's for that person. So I really need to go through my gifts and see what we got. But, you know, if I need to, I will just be crocheting a bunch of gifts that I am not ready for. Okay, so I finished that ear stitch. I'm going to pull through. Oopsies. Made a oopsies. We're going to do that ear again, because I want to make sure that this black yarn is held in place before I change colors to it. So let's do that again. Gingerbread oh my gosh, those gingerbread dinos are so cute. You guys need to check them out. Zoe posted them on Instagram. Again, I think she's just Zoe the Unicorn on Instagram, at Zoe the Unicorn. Is that correct, Zoe? Made some really cool gingerbread dinosaurs that are really neat. Highly recommend checking them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then back to the ear thing. Okay. Priscilla made a hand phone sling pouch? What does that mean? I'm so curious of what the heck that even means, but I love that. Love it. Ooh, Kristen made a griffin, because her maiden name is Griffin. Very cool. Did you use the griffin pattern from, I think that Jerubi's Zoo has a pretty cool griffin pattern. Is that where you got it? I'm curious. Oopsies. Another oopsie. We need to pull through with black for that last stitch of the ear. This is going to be the trickiest part, I think, for other crocheters, is like pulling through, switching, wait, like this. Pulling through with black, and then pulling that all the way through the stitch like that. I think that's our best way to do this. And then single crocheting into the next stitch in black. Okay. Alright, so that's going to make where the ears are. The face is all gray. We switch back over to black yarn now. Yeah, we're going to cut this gray yarn a little shorter, and then we'll just single crochet across in our black yarn here. Alyssa is making a giant Highland cow. Sounds marvelous. Ugh. Bad joke is bad. Got it from a book. Well, cool. Cool. All right, so here's what I'm thinking we do here. We have a couple of options. Well, first off, so I just finished the round up with our last black stitch. We could do we could do a stitch here in black that goes over. So we could go up and do a single crochet into the stitch above, and it'll cover that up with black yarn. So that way it'll make like that separation between ear and whatnot. We can try the embroidery route. I think the embroidery route is probably going to be easier to explain in the written instructions too. I always need to kind of consider that while I'm crocheting now, is like, okay, is this going to be easy to explain, or am I going to have to do a whole video tutorial for this kind of thing? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Because we do want at least, I think we want at least one more round here in gray, because he's going to need gray on the bottom of the lip, you know? So I'm holding this troll upside down here, but this is the round we're on, right under the ears. So I'm thinking if we do gray on this round, and then I can pull some extra thread from these stitches that are beneath the nose, and that way he can have a little, like, you know, goatee. Oh my gosh, goatee. And then, so for the ears, so we'll do like one black stitch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gray, and then one black. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. So the first stitch of, I think I'm on round 5 now. We're working around the ear. We want the first stitch in black, like that. And then we're going to grab our gray yarn and switch back over to gray. Then do 6 stitches in gray, and then switch back over to black. We could do half color changes too to make that color change really clean. But I don't think we really need to. Yeah, I don't think we need to. I think it can be a little messy, and that's fine. Okay, so now we're going to switch over to gray yarn here. Like that. And you know, I actually don't think we actually need to do that embroidery thing. This looks like it separates the ear pretty well. I don't know. We'll see when it comes to adding the mouth and stuff, if that really is necessary. Because there's only 6 stitches between where we're switching back from gray to black, I'm just going to crochet these 6 stitches and have the yarn float on the inside. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in gray. Switch back over to our black yarn, let it float on the inside like that. And then we're just going to switch back over to our black yarn. Like that. We're going to go around the ear here and over to that stitch like this. All right, let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I like, you know, that I think that black yarn, I think that works. I see what you're saying now though, Zoe. Like if we made that stitch black and that stitch black, it might be cleaner. I don't know. Good thing is we're going to be making another one of these anyhow. So we're going to have a chance to try some different stuff out if we want to. Okay, well, let's cut this gray yarn. Like that. I don't know if we want to do another round here of gray or not. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. A water bottle carrier. An octopus with hidden magnets for arms. Oh, okay. Do you know why whenever you crochet longer items like stars, blankets, etc., why the ends curl up and how to fix it? That's a good question. Yes. Okay, what Zoe said. Zoe, that was a perfect response, Zoe. Yes, you can do a couple different things. The first one is you can alternate where your increases are so that they don't stack on top of each other. That's a really good tip. You also might be crocheting really tightly, so loosening grip in general might help. But I think the best advice is Zoe's second tip, which is to wash and block your crochet. So if you block your crochet, it will definitely help out a lot. Yeah. Crochet tends to curl up like that. So it's kind of hard not to, it's kind of hard to get away from it, honestly. Do we want another round for face here, or are we good? I think we're good. I think we can keep going in black. I'm just going to go and crochet in each stitch in black. Celia! Oh my gosh, Celia! Hello! Oh, you're at a craft fair right now and saw someone selling mini triceratops and gummy bears. Oh my gosh! That is so cool! Oh my gosh, tell them I say hi if you're there. Say hey. That's so cool. That's really, really cool. I love that. Love that. Also, Celia, I hope you really like your sweater. Celia won the giveaway the other week and got a Club Crochet sweater with it. And it just came the other day. So we were emailing about it. It's very cool. I'm so excited for you, Celia. I hope you really like it. I need to do more shirts and sweaters next year. I think that's going to be a lot. Like, I'm going to put a lot more effort into that next year. Okay, so see, the mouth is going to go right here between it. Man, maybe I could have done another round of gray. Whatever. We're just going to work with it. That would be, yes, that was 6 rounds, or 6 stitches of gray for round 5. Here, let me finish this round really quick. That's all black. And I will say it out loud for you, Coop. Cooper is helping us add patterns to the website now so that we can get patterns going even quicker. I've just been having a hard time managing everything by myself, so I've been very appreciative of the help. Okay, so here's what we did for round 5. I just finished round 6, but for round 5, I did 1 stitch in black, 6 stitches in gray, 1 stitch in black, oh, and then the rest in black. So 1 stitch black, 6 gray, 11 more in black, I believe. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I like how it's looking. I think we can actually add a face now. Let's give it a shot. So the first thing we want to do is probably add some eyes. I was actually thinking it might be kind of fun to try to do some red eyes for this. It might be really difficult though. So what we need to do in order to make red eyes is we won't be doing it on this first one, but on the next one we would do it. And what we would need to do is this. First thing, we're gonna need whiteout. We're gonna need, you know, I don't even know if I have red nail polish. I usually do have red nail polish, but I think Jules has it downstairs. Let's see here. Maybe I have it under this. No, I don't think I do. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Do I have it? No. No. Okay, so we're just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. And hope that Jules has... Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to do it regular and then hope Jules has enough red nail polish. And I can ask her to bring it upstairs. Okay, so we need some cardboard. Okay, we just need a little bit of cardboard here. I'm always so nervous about this part because I made a real big mess once. But basically, you just poke holes through the cardboard with your eyes. Let's do all 4 of these in white, just so like if we mess something up, we can use, you know, we have extras. We're gonna be really careful with this. In fact, you know what? Let me grab some paper to put down. This is probably fine. I don't know if this is going to look the best, but, you know, it's worth a shot, and it's kind of fun to try some different stuff out. I'll open this up over here. Okay. So this is how I do this. We be very, very careful so we don't get white on our beautiful lightbox background. And we're going to start by just giving a first coat of whiteout on the eyes. This is usually how I paint my eyes. I start with just a coat of whiteout. Now, if you want it to be a little bit smoother, sometimes whiteout can leave like lumps and stuff, which can look a little weird. So if you want it to be smoother than this, I suggest using white nail polish instead. It's a little bit cleaner of a look, but that's okay. We can make this work. This one's going to be a little rough. There we go. We don't need very much. Okay. And we're going to put this off to the side. Come back to it later. The reason I really like using whiteout, though, is that it hardens extremely quick. Like, it dries really, really fast, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I think nail varnish is the best one to do. I just don't have... I'm going to have to ask Jules to bring some upstairs. Hopefully she'll have some nail varnish. So we're just going to put that off to the background here. And we'll come back to it a little later. Okay, but for this one that we're making... Let's get this right out of the way. Let's just do black eyes for our current one. Just so that it's a little easier. We don't have to wait. Okay. So we're going to go... I always do 2 stitches over from the nose on either side for the eyes when it comes to trolls. And I think it's going to work exactly the same for this one. Yeah, so 2 stitches away for each of the eyes. That's pretty good. Not too bad. It's not too bad. Clip that on there. Oh, I know a new thing this week that I wanted to let y'all know. Me and Jules finally decided where we're going for our honeymoon. We got married in August. And so we've been kind of waiting to figure out where we want to go for our honeymoon, figure it all out. But we decided we're going to New Zealand for our honeymoon. I'm very excited. We're going to New Zealand in February. And I'm sure it's going to be really fun. I'm really, really excited. Okay, so that's where the eyes are going to go. Now let's do a mouth. I think in this I did a chain mouth. Like it's basically a lip. And normally I do 8 chains. I think we're going to do a little bit more this time. Let's see, because we're going to pull through there. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're going to do 9 chains instead of 8. And I think I might change that in the official pattern for the troll as well. Because that's usually what I do now is 9. The reason I do 9 instead of 8... 4, hold on, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The reason I do 1 extra is because the last one you can just pull straight into the body, and it kind of just makes a little bit cleaner of a face. So that's what we're going to try doing here. And we're going to figure out where the heck we put that green darning needle we put over there because we're doofusies. Doofusai? You know what I mean. Doofusoy. And then I'm just going to sew this on right under where these eyes are. So right all the way across this part. So we're going to start where this black stitch is. I'm going to pull into the body. This music is sad. Oh, it changed. It changed. Did it change? It did. We're going to go back to a different album. There, that'll work. Turn that up a little bit. Okay. All right, back to it. I think that's good. Let's see. Prepare yourself for a 20+ hour flight. You know, it only said that flight was 16 hours. So hopefully it's not that bad. Actually, it might even have been like 13. Or maybe it was like 13 on the way back or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm anticipating a pretty brutal flight. And we're not going there for nearly long enough, which is kind of a bummer. We only can do 10 days. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pop that guy out because we missed one. There we go. So we're going to start into that stitch and then into the same one. And then pull this tighter and go into the body. Cool. I actually really like flights. I don't mind long flights like that at all. I can sleep pretty easily, and I just crochet a lot of crocheting. We're going to add eyelids under the eyes here. I usually like to do this for my eyes just because it adds a little bit of, I don't know, what would you say, guys? Personality? Character? I think character is the best way to say it. I want to go in between this stitch next to the eye, though, right? Like, well, actually, maybe it's fighting me. That's what I'd like to do. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Boom. And then over one. I kind of pulled through a weird stitch so that it's going to have a little bit of eyeliner, but that's all right. And then we're going to go into the same stitch as the eye is. Like that. Pull it in. And that's going to add this little eyelid under the eye. Now, I know we're also going to probably add eyebrows and stuff like that. But I don't know. There's something about adding that little under eyelid there. You get a little closer. That under eyelid, for some reason, it just makes it look so much more real. I don't know. I just really like to do that. Okay, let's keep going, though. Next stitch. You love airplane food? That's funny. I like that. Yeah, I like airplane food too. I mean, well, I don't know if I like airplane food, but I don't mind it. Hopefully they got movies and such. I'll listen to, maybe I'll do even a book on tape or something. Just do the whole book. And hopefully we don't have the loudest kid in the world screaming behind my ear. That's all. That's all we can hope for. Okay. So we're just sewing the slip on now. And let's add another eyelid under this eye. Good eye. Yeah, and don't worry. I know it kind of looks weird with the lip here. We're going to add a big tooth here in the corner. And then we're going to add another tooth on this corner. But first, let's add another eyelid to this side. We're going to go under right there. So just under where the eye is. See you later, Tig. Thanks for joining. And then we're going to go over and across. Oh, yes, Celia, we are making a Krampus using the troll pattern as a base. Pull it over like that. Okay, so now he's got two under eyelids. Like that. And then we just need to sew one more part of this lip on. And we'll be good. And then we can move on and make the teeth for our guy. Looks like maybe doing 8 chains. Maybe I should have done 8 instead of 9. It's fine. I'll hide it in the inside regardless. That's why I don't mind doing it this way. Because I can just take this big knot here, put it right into the last stitch. And you'll see it'll pull the mouth in a lot. It'll kind of like make it look like it's built into the piece. So you pull it enough so that the knot there, you can kind of barely see it on the inside. There's like a knot getting pulled in. That's what we want. Badoo. Hey, if you haven't yet, please like this video down below and subscribe to the channel. It would be cool. It'd be nice. It'd be sweet even. Sweet. Krampus won't come for you if you like this video. I talked to him. We made a deal. He said, I won't come for anybody as long as they like your video. I said, okay, I'll spread the word. So I'm guessing that means that he will absolutely come for you if you don't like this video. So, you know, it's your loss. Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna use a little bit of our white yarn here to make some teeth, some big old chompers on the sides. And then I think we should add eyebrows. Maybe we can start using this fun, weird, glittery yarn for eyebrows. So that the eyebrows aren't in the same black. I don't know, let's give it a shot. But first, let's make some big teeth. Now for the teeth, I'm going to make them even bigger than the regular trolls. I think, because what do I have for the trolls' teeth here? Unless I make them the same way. No, yeah, we're going to make it bigger. So we're doing chain 3, and then we're going to skip the first chain and do a single crochet into the next one. Or maybe do a slip stitch. Let's try a slip stitch. So chain 3, skip the first, slip stitch 1, and then single crochet 1 into the last stitch. That way these teeth will be more like big old tusks which is kind of what we're going for. And then I'm going to chain 1 and cut the yarn and pull that all the way through like that. There we go. See, that's going to make these big tusks, and we can do that on either side of the eyes. One there and one here. The other one will look like that. Before we add eyebrows and stuff. One more tooth to make. So again, we're making a slip knot and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Lainey, I definitely think you need to confront them, because that's not cool. Just be like, hey, like, you honestly, okay, so here's something I've been talking about a lot this week with just friends and family and things, is just everything that, like, is you're mad because you're on your phone and not listening to them. Well, maybe you should hang out with your friends then, Lainey. But, what I have found in pretty much any argument or problem with another person, it almost always comes down to communication. You need to just talk to them. You need to have a conversation and say, hey, that's not cool. That hurt my feelings. And maybe they're feeling very similarly. They're like, hey, why are you even hanging out with us if you're not going to talk to us? Like, that could be the case. I don't know. But I think you need to talk to them. I think that's pretty much always the advice, is communicate. Communication helps everything get a lot easier, and people's feelings get a lot less hurt when you just talk about it and explain your side. Yeah, Jules taught me a while back this sentiment that is another thing where if someone's feelings get hurt, there's this other thing called impact over intent, which basically means that it doesn't really matter if you meant to hurt someone's feelings or not. The fact is you did hurt someone's feelings. And so that's where the impact over intent. How did it impact the person? It doesn't matter what the intent was. If you didn't intend to hurt their feelings, well, that doesn't really matter if you did hurt their feelings. So you just need to communicate with them and talk to them about it. And if you did hurt someone's feelings or they hurt your feelings, you need to communicate that. That is just a really good life lesson in general, but especially in a situation like this when people are talking to other people behind their backs and stuff. That's not fun. That's not nice. Okay, so we got one big ol' tusk there. Let's do another one over here on the other side. You don't know what to say? Well, I think you say, hey guys, like, that's not cool. That kind of hurt my feelings. Let's not talk about... Can you guys not talk about me behind my back? Or, I don't know. There you go. Call her every day and she tells me everything. There you go. You just got a buddy. You just got a buddy. You just need to... Yeah, there you go. Problem solved. You just need to talk to people. I want to pull this enough so that the knot gets pulled on the inside, which, there we go. It's just barely getting pulled on the inside there. The reason I like the knots getting pulled on the inside is it really makes it a lot cleaner on the front. It's kind of hard to do this with yarn that breaks, though, so be very careful. If you're using like a thinner yarn than the Club Crochet Amigurumi cotton yarn, it might break, in which case you'll have to do it all over again. That would suck. There we go. Big old chompers there. We're definitely going to also have to add a weird forked tongue, which we'll make in a second too. And we also want to make eyebrows, and we want to add horns. You know what? Let's do one more round of crochet to just get a little bit of distance here, since everything's getting really messy on the inside, and it'd be nice to have a little bit of distance. So we're going to do another round of single crochets in just our black, and then we'll come back and add our horns. We got to keep going. We got to go quicker, because if we want to make another one of these using that other yarn, we need to be flying. Jules is about to head out. I think she should be heading out any second now. She's got caroling. She's in a caroling group called the Tinseltones. If you're in the LA area, actually, and you're looking for something fun to do tonight, you should go to the LA Zoo. At the LA Zoo, they do this cool night light up thing, and Jules is doing caroling there. They have this little group called the Tinseltones, and they just do caroling, and it's really cute and fun. So if you are free tonight and in the LA area, I suggest you go check out the LA Zoo. It's a fun time. Yeah, these are some chompers. We got some chompers here. Chompers. Okay. So, now horns. This is why I didn't really mind doing the black, like doing that part that we were talking about, Zoe. I'm such a bad. Doing that part with the stitches next to the eyes being black is I knew that they were going to get covered up by teeth, so it didn't really matter too much. But let's start. We'll do the eyebrows last and we'll do the antlers or the horns next. Okay, so for the horns, I definitely think we want to do either a brown or I think a brown is probably a good move. I was thinking brown or red might be cool, but I think brown is probably the best move. So let's get some brown yarn. Do I have any brown yarn? It's gray. More gray. This isn't really the great brown yarn that I want to use because I don't really have much left of this, but it might look really good. And we won't really need that much. Okay, fine. We'll use this really cool brown yarn that is the last of its kind. This is not made anymore. This was a Lion brand cotton yarn from 15 years ago, I think is when I bought it. Maybe even longer, actually. Okay, so here's how I'm going to make the antlers. I'm going to use some of our, we're going to use our dark brown pipe cleaners here. I'm going to cut it in half, and we're going to make the antlers this way. So, this is going to be fun. These are going to be fun. We're going to fold this in half again. Yeah. And put a needle in the very end of it, like this. And then we're going to twist it together until there's about half an inch or to an inch left over of the pipe cleaner. So we're just going to twist this together, and this is going to create the base of where we're going to work our horns around it. We could crochet our horns instead, but this is going to make a really cool demonic horn. I've done this in the past for a demon too, and the fact that this is going to be a giant horn I think is going to look really cool. Yeah, I think 15 years ago, maybe even longer, honestly. I bought a lot of it back then. I used to do a lot of hats with it. So it's going to be like this, and it's going to be pulled all the way back and over, and I can even twist it and stuff when we make it fancy. So we're going to make another one of these using the other half of our pipe cleaner. What do you mean? Oh, yeah? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Jeez, you're so impatient. 1 second, Jimbo. Jimbo wants to say hi again. Hold on, buddy. Let me finish this twist up. Am I gonna hold you up and then you're gonna sneeze all over? That's gonna be cute. He did that this morning. It was really sweet. You jumped on our heads. Here, we'll tell him all about it. Come here. Oh, tell him all about your morning. This morning, Jimbo did this really fun thing where he jumped on top of our heads while we were sleeping, and he sneezed right in our faces, a big booger right in our face. And you hit both of us. He hit me and Jules in one fell swoop. It was amazing. Really incredible stuff. Really amazing things going on here with this guy's boogers. Yeah. You happy? Okay. Are we just going to crochet like this now? Wow, you look really cute. Thank you. Wow. So sweet. Such a good boy. Okay. There you go, 15 minutes of fame. And by 15 minutes, I mean 15 seconds of fame. Okay, back to this. All right. So I think what we should do is let's add these pipe cleaners onto the head before we add on the yarn to it. These antlers or horns, we're going to want like a couple of stitches away from the head, but not too far back. So maybe like right here. And we want them to be 2 stitches apart from each other. Hey, buddy, don't bite the back of my leg, please. So we're going to go into this stitch here. Is that enough? Yeah, I think that's good. So we're going to go into those 2 stitches, and then I'm just going to go on the inside, find the 2 ends of our pipe cleaner. I'll flip it inside out a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So we're going to find these 2 ends of our pipe cleaner, and we're just going to twist them together on the inside like this. This is going to keep that locked into place, and then I open the 2 ends so they don't go anywhere. So that's going to be one horn. And the next one, we're going to do the same thing. We'll go into this stitch and to this stitch here. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, that's good. And one there and one here. We're going to do the same thing. Just twist those 2 ends together and fold it open. Kind of got yarn hidden in there, but that's okay. All right, next up, we need to add the yarn that goes around these to make them really look like horns. They're going to be super long and awesome. Hi, I love kitties. Yes, of course I remember you. How are you? I don't remember what your name is, though, other than your username. Okay, so we need just a little bit of yarn. We actually don't need as much as you'd think. I would say about, maybe about that long. I think that's pretty good. Hopefully, this might even be enough for both sides of it. I don't know. We might be able to just do it in half like this, too. Or we can just do one at a time. Now, let's do 2 at a time. It'll save us some time and make it a little easier. So we're going to double up the yarn like this, create a little loop at the end. I'm going to come out through one of the 2 ends of where these pipe cleaners are in, like right here. We're going to try to make sure we get under all these threads of yarn. We got something weird going on here. There we go. Okay, and I just want to keep these 2 tail ends a little bit long, maybe like that long. This is just going to be for double knotting. Okay, so here is how we do this. We're going to start twisting our way up this horn, and we want to try to make these ends as flat as possible as we go and try to cover as much of this pipe cleaner as we can as we work our way up the horn nice and slow. See, so notice how I'm like trying to keep it really, really flat with it too. It just helps things out a little bit better. I'm doing A-okay. Pretty chill Friday the 13th. Okay, now once we get to the end here, we take our needle and we go straight through that hole that we left at the end by twisting around our needle. So we left a needle-sized hole. And then I'm just going to go around this a few times in order to cover up the very end of our horn with yarn too. So that's the goal here, is that we want even the end to be covered up with yarn. So it looks like this horn is actually just going to be made out of yarn. I use this technique a lot for just a bunch of random things. I really like using this technique for making weapons for my little guys too. This is a really fun technique for that. Obviously making horns like this is really nice. I've even used it to make like arms and legs for certain characters. Okay, that. I'm just gonna see how it's getting twisted up here. I'm just gonna go and untwistify it. That's the technical term. I think think that's pretty good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is start twisting my way back down. And this is your opportunity to add a little bit of thickness to the horn as we work our way down. So the hard part about this is you're gonna have to duplicate this exactly as close to exact as you can for the second part of it. But honestly, I think it's pretty doable. So what we're gonna do, let's undo that a little bit more, is I'm at the beginning of this, I'm just gonna kind of do one row of it. But as I get closer to the bottom, I'm gonna kind of start to make it a little bit thicker of a horn. So that way it's getting thicker and thicker as we go down to the bottom. And then when we get down to the base, we're gonna make a big flat like base for the horn. And see how it like makes this cool design as it goes up? It makes it look really cool to me. So we're gonna do a couple more times here. And then as we get to the bottom, it's gonna get kind of messy, but we're gonna go a bunch of times just around the base of it like that. And we're going to go through where the other end of the pipe cleaner is, like this. Get a little further down. There we go. I think that's pretty good. And then we're just going to double knot these two ends on the inside, and I'll show you how we can curve this into a weird goat horn in a cool way. So we're just going to double knot that. 1. And 2, like that. Okay. Gosh, I hope we have enough time for the second one of these. Okay. All right, so there's one of our horns done. Let's go ahead and curve it into our position. So I think we want it to be really curved down and then curved out like that, you know? Really crazy goat demon horn. And we can obviously change that as we go, but look at how cool that looks. Tell me that isn't freaking sick, dude. Look at that. Dude, that's awesome. That is awesome. I love that. Love that. Okay. All right. Next, let's do it again. I'm working actually on a tutorial for you, Zoe, for pipe cleaners. So my plan is at the so next year we're going to be doing a lot more designer level tutorials that are less like patterns. Here's how to crochet a specific pattern, and more like here's how to design your own amigurumi. And I want to do a bunch of different ones, including one for this pipe cleaner method. The video I have written is called Pipe Cleaners, the Unsung Hero of Crochet, or something like that. I just thought that was a fun name for it. Okay, so we're going to do this again on this side. Let's see how good we can mimic what we did the first time. Wish us luck. The trick with this is really, it's all about patience. You gotta be patient with it. Because any kind of little goof that you put into this horn as you're making it, it's really hard to undo without just redoing the whole thing. So again, the first row of this is just creating like a base so that the fuzzies of the pipe cleaner don't really show through, unless that's what you want. You know, you can obviously add in, like you can make separations of the pipe cleaners a little bit. I mean, of the yarn over the pipe cleaner to show the fuzz through on purpose, which can be kind of nice to add like detail, especially if you have like a nice color like this. Like doing little bits where there's dark brown showing through might not be that bad actually for this situation. It's not usually what I want, but you can do it that way. I'm gonna pinch the end of that too. Okay. And then we're gonna go through the end here, and we're gonna cover this up as much as we can. Usually you don't need too many times around it, like 3 or 4 maybe. You just really need the tip of it to be covered, because the edges of the tip can actually be covered as you're working your way back down the pipe cleaner. So we'll go one more. this. Okay, and see how the yarn is getting really, like it's getting like twisted up here. See, it's kind of getting twisted. You just want to untwist that before we work back down. Oh, bye, Jules. And then we're gonna try to mimic what we did before. So we're gonna do it light on the top. And then as we get further down, we're gonna bunch it up a little bit so that it gets a little bit thicker as we work our way down. Ooh, that might be getting a little too thick there. So maybe slow it down a little bit. Oh shoot, we needed Jules' help before she left. I forgot it. I actually think this is getting a little, like, see, it got a little too thick too fast. So we're gonna undo that and do this again. Okay, that's probably good. Yeah, we just want it to go a little slower there. All right. And then, of course, once we get to the bottom here, we need to do it a bunch around the base. Because you always want the base to be the thickest part of it. Then back through where the other end of the pipe cleaner is for double knotting. And then the only other thing I want to do to the face is I think, oh, we want to add the tongue. Can't forget about that. Looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, this side's a little bit messier, which is kind of nice. So hopefully when we turn it, it'll get a little bit messier, but I don't know. I think I got a little too precise with this second horn, but that's okay. All right, double knotting. And we want to add eyebrows too to our little character. Okay. All right, cool. Let's twist this horn down like the other one. Up like that. And what do we think, you guys? I think that looks freaking sick, dude. That is so cool. That is so cool looking. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's see if we can get some like grumpy looking eyebrows going on. Let's open up this fuzzy stuff and see if we can't use that. We don't need very much. I think we'll just do like a little strand of it first and see how that works. And I'm going to try doubling it like that. And then I'm just going to embroider on some eyebrows just to give them a little bit more of a grumpy, angry look to them. We're going to start by coming out. I'm going to start inside the eye right here and right here. So I'm going actually, if you can see it really close here, I'm going right in between the stitch next to it. So right there. And I'm actually going to go in from one side. And then like that. And then I'm just going to let this yarn, oopsies, oh boy. I'm just going to cut, I think. Yeah, we're just going to cut this. Like that. I created a knot. I didn't mean to, but I did. Okay. So that's the one end. And then with the other side here, we're going to go up. And I kind of want it to go like that. You know, so they're like really big, bushy-ish eyebrows, but it's still got a little bit of that glitter in there. What I'm most worried about with these eyebrows is mimicking it on the opposite side. But let's see what we can do. Like that. Right? And it's even got a little bit, I don't know if you can really even see it. You can kind of see it when I shine it like that. It's got just a little bit of that glitter in there, which is nice. I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Let's do it. I'm going to double knot it here. We got to be careful as we're double knotting it. I don't want to ruin what we made. Okay. Cool. Oops. Went on the outside of the eye. There we go. Quick little fix. That. All right, dude. Look at that. That's looking so cool. And the fact that it's just like a slightly different shade of black, too, really points it out. I actually think we could use this for the beard fuzz also, which would be kind of fun. Make them look really like a celestial kind of thing. All right, let's go into this next eye and try to mimic what we just did. Just a little bit. Oops. Hi, Jimbo. Jimbo is tearing up some cardboard. I don't know if you can hear that. That's fine. I wasn't using it anyhow. And then we want to go right under the horn, right? So like right where? Like there, maybe? Like that? Let's try that. This music's far too cute for what we're making. I tried to find like evil Christmas music, but that was not as easy as you'd think to find. All right, so we got these two ends here. See if we can do be very gentle with it, but mimic it. Yeah, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. Let's double knot it. Here's our other end. Okay. We're just going to try to be gentle with this double knotting. And I'm sure it's going to pull it in a weird way, so we'll just have to fix it afterwards. Okay. Easy double knot. Cut that yarn. Probably could have kept... Oh, actually, you know what? It kept its positioning pretty well, actually. Less of the glitter coming out on this side, but that's okay, you know? We did what we did. Looking straight up grumpy. Ooh, grumpy boy. Okay, next thing we need is we need a demon tongue. Now, I kind of want to do it in red. I kind of want to do it in pink. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Do we do a pink or a red tongue? Well, regardless, let's make a tongue first. We'll use our red because it's right here. Just to get a basic pattern for the tongue, and then I might change it. I think the tongue's going to be pretty easy. I think we're just going to start by doing a long chain. So I'm going to create a little slip knot at the end here. We're going to do a chain of like... let's try 8. Let's try 8 and see how long that is. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, you like the pink at 8. You know what? Let's add Jimbo's crazy. Yeah, I know. He really is crazy. Let's do a vote for pink or red for the tongue. Tongue color. Pink, red. All right, so poll is in the chat right now. You guys can choose if we want me to do a pink or a red tongue. I'm only using red right now because I have it available, but I'll switch over to pink, especially if we get that vote. I'm totally comfortable with that. I just want to get a general idea of how long and how the tongue is going to be made. I want it to be forked, you know, very demonic. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay, so we're going to do 8, and then I'm going to skip the first chain, and we're going to slip stitch 2. So there's 1 and 2. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to skip the first chain. I might do this over, but we're going to skip that first chain and slip stitch 1 and 2 like that. And then we're just going to slip stitch up the rest of the chains till we get to the end, and that's going to create this little fork in the end. Actually, we're going to do slip stitch into 1, 2, 3 of these chains up the body, and then we'll do a single crochet in the last 2. Let's try that. So that way it gets a little thicker at the very end. Let's see how that looks. It's got a bit of a curve to it, which is totally fine for a tongue. And see, it's got like this forked tongue bit. And then we're just going to create a little chain at the very end here so that we have 2 knots to work with. And pull it all the way through. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so this would be right here in the mouth. Or maybe on this side. And then we'd have it like curve in like that. What do we think? Maybe on this side. Maybe it's a little long. I don't know. I don't know. I do like red. Red is kind of looking cool. I don't know. You guys go ahead and vote for that. I am going to continue going, and I'll be back in. I'll be back to the tongue again in just a second. Let's do another round of crocheting first. For our next round of the face, or of the body, we are on, technically we're on round 8, I think. And so we're decreasing it down now. And I'm doing 1 single crochet and then 1 invisible decrease 6 times. And the idea here is we're trying to decrease down from 18 back down to 12. 6 right there. 7 and 8, 9, 10, and one more, 11, and then 12. Okay. And before we do our next round where we decrease it down again, we need to add this tongue, and actually we also probably should add our little beard too. How am I going to add the beard, though? I don't know. Let's do our tongue first. Okay, so we got 18 votes so far on the tongue. Oh, looks like we're really... Yes, we were working to the back loops of the chain. Thanks for asking, Coop. Krampus does have a long tongue. Okay, so we're cool with how long the tongue is then. All right, I think that's going to be a good one then for the tongue. So it was 8, slip stitch 2, chain 2, or chain 3, slip stitch 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. It looks like people are voting red. Let's see, how many votes we got? 19, 20. Cool. Well, we'll end it at 20. Looks like we got 21. We'll end it at 21. It was pretty handedly in the red camp, so that's cool with me. Because we already made it with red. All right, so let's start by... I'm going to pull this through 2 different loops on the mouth here. So I'll get a little closer for the camera. Hey, again, if you haven't yet, like this video. Let's go ahead and switch musics too, because this is too calming. Can we just go straight holiday? Yeah, why not? That's kind of fun. Sure, why not? All right. So this is going to be sewn on like that. So we're going to go, I'm going to do one part through this stitch and then one through the stitch over to the left of that. And we're going to try to pull this tight enough so that the knot really gets pulled in on the inside when it comes to this tongue. This is going to be kind of tough though, especially on this side of it. Just trying to make an opening. Ooh, this is going to be tough. All right. We want to pull these knots just tight enough so they pull in. One. This side. Maybe two. Okay, that one definitely got pulled in. Yeah, I think that'll work. Diddle-doo. There we go. Hopefully I didn't just sew in the end. No, I didn't. Okay. There we go. All right. Cool. Let's look at it. Pop it back out a little bit. Fix that eyebrow because it keeps wanting to go under the eye because why not make our lives a little bit more difficult? Okay. But then we can have the tongue, because it's cotton too, it like really goes into our whatever position we want it to be in. And I think that's pretty good. That thing is looking crazy. There's so much detail in such a small space too. All right, I kind of want to add a little tiny goat beard using our fuzzy yarn here too. So I think that probably the best way to do that would probably be to use those tail ends that we had before, but I didn't do that. So let's see what happens if I just do a knot. A couple knots. Let's do that. Okay, we're going to create like a thing so that it can't come back out of the mouth. That's easy. We're just going to triple. Let's do one more. So I'm just creating a bunch of knots here just to create this big little lump at the end there so that it can't get pulled through the stitch. Hopefully. You know what, we'll do one more because we don't need this fur to be very long. I think that's fine. So this big lump, and then I'm just going to pull these ends through the center of where we want the beard. Hopefully this will look good. We're just going to go right here, right in between, and one more right here. Classic Krampus music, am I right? Wait. There we go. Let's pull it through. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to create this nice little goat beard. And we'll just cut this kind of short. I mean, it might come undone on the inside, but whatever. We'll figure it out. But we're just going to cut this kind of short in different lengths, just slightly different lengths. That, and let's do that one. And then this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and pull it down a little bit, and then I'm just going to split this yarn up by using my needle, going in between the ends here, and it'll split the yarn, making it more furry looking. More goaty. Do you think that when they made the name for the goatee, they were like, wow, that beard's looking very goaty? No, probably not. Maybe. Actually, I don't know. Is a goatee named after a goat? Love it. Love that. Cool. Oh my god, this guy's looking badass. Pardon my French, but seriously, this guy's looking dope as heck. I feel like he needs a guitar or something. All right, let's keep going. Oh my gosh, you did the same thing? Oh my gosh, Zoe. Great minds. All right. Yeah, like that. Okay, so now we are going to decreasing it. We're going to decrease it down. We're getting it further decreased. We're doing 2 single crochets and then an invisible decrease. The majority of the rest of this pattern, I think, is just going to be basically the troll pattern. Obviously, we're going to do something different when it comes to the backpack. We're going to create a new design when it comes to like the basket that's on his back, but this is a good start. 1, 2, and then decrease down. Man, I don't know if we're gonna have time for our other one. Maybe I should have done this all in the other yarn instead. Oh well. Gosh, that looks so freaking cool though, dude. This guy's gonna look so cool. All right. And now that we did a round of that, we can do 1 round of just single crochets in our black yarn. Ooh, I just came up with a joke that's really terrible and probably has been made a bunch of different times. What is a pirate's favorite crafting material? Isn't it obvious? Actually, you know what? It's not obvious. It could be 2 things. It could either be a crochet hook, because a hook, but what I think it would be is yarn, because that just makes more sense. All right, let's stuff him up with our extra yarn. Actually, you know, we're going to save this extra yarn for the end stuffing because it'll be a little thicker. We're going to do our thinner stuffing at the top right now. Male goats. Yeah, so a goatee is literally named after goats. Of course. That's so funny. All right. That's enough. I think that's enough stuffing for the head. Yeah, dude. This is looking so cool, dude. I love this. All right. So that was 9. Okay, now we're just going to increase it back up. I could do another round. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we do 1 more round of the neck? Should the neck be a little longer than normal? Because this is the normal length of the neck here. Which isn't too bad. You know, it could work. But if we did 1 more round of the neck, maybe it would look a little creepier. What say ye? Ye say yay. We're going to do it. We're going to do 1 more. Oh, I love that joke. That's one of my favorites, Coop. What's a pirate's favorite color? Our favorite letter? You think would be R, but a pirate's first love be the sea. All right, so we're going to do an extra round of single crochets here, which is going to mess up the whole stitch or the round count for copying the classic troll pattern, but that's okay. Ooh, for a neck scarf. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, that looks good. I like an extra long neck. I think that it adds to the creepiness too. And we can make him more hunched over and stuff. You think Krampus would be a buff boy, not a necky boy. Well, maybe on the next one, instead of decreasing it down to 9, we'll keep it thick. We'll keep him a thick neck. Okay. All right, so next up, we're going to increase it back up to 18. We're going to do 1 single crochet in the first, and then 2 into the next. Technically, I believe we're on round 13. In the troll pattern, we're doing what's round 12, but we're really round 13 now. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 2 single crochets, and then an increase 3 times. So we only have 9 stitches run. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit hard to crochet the body now with these horns in my way, but that's okay. We can work around them. 1, 2, and then another increase right here. I feel like I should hide one of these at my parents' place. My mom's got just so much different Christmas crochet from me, and I think it might be really funny to have her not know that there's a Krampus somewhere in her house. Wait, did I mess this up? No, I didn't. I didn't mess it up. We're good. Okay, so now we're going up from 12 to 18 for another round. We're going to do, okay, so no, I'm sorry. That was round 12. This is round 13. Is 1 single crochet and then 1 increase. Repeated 6 times to go back up to 18. And that way we have the stitch count when it comes to the body. When we get to the legs, we're gonna do something real crazy by creating little hooves. Using essentially, we're gonna be basically doing what we do for the T-Rex is the goal. So we'll see how good that looks. That's gonna be one of the big changes between this and the troll pattern, I think. 1, 2. Okay. Might have been smart just to like have that increase be a little slower, but that's okay. Yeah, because now he'll be like hunching over and all creepy like that. It's gonna look pretty cool. Okay. Next round, so now we got at least two rounds of just single crochets. I think maybe we might want to make it 3 rounds of single crochets, but let's just start with 2 and see how it looks, and then we'll increase it up if we want to. Oh, bye black yarn. Wow, Jimbo really tore up that cardboard. And now he's sleeping. Hard day's work for Jimbo. Right? These horns are sick. They are so cool. Yeah, they're way cool. I totally agree. I should hide it under my mom's bed. Oh my gosh. She'll never know. Her dog is just going to eat it up then. Do I make all the patterns for Club Crochet? I make 95% of the patterns for Club Crochet. Every now and then we do a collaboration pattern with another artist. I usually at least like once a season, maybe 1 to 3 times a season, we do other patterns with other artists. But yes, a majority of them are my designs, Sam. And by the way, hi Sam, how are you? We're doing great. How are you doing, bud? What you up to? How has your week been? Are you excited for Cream Bless? Have you been a good boy, or is Krampus gonna come and throw you into his bag and whip you with his switch? Not his Nintendo Switch. The other one. Okay, so now is where we can go. Do we want to go one more round out for the... You know what? I do think we do want to go at least one more. Oh, you know what? That's actually normal in the pattern. Yeah, so we're going to do another round. We might do 2 more rounds of single crochets. Let's do at least one more, though. So now we're doing, instead of doing 2 repeats of 18, we're doing 3. We might do 4. We'll see in just a second. Ooh, you're doing finals this week. You think you've been a good girl. All right. You know, you never know until the last moment. And then you're like, oh, crap. I'm going to get eaten by Krampus. I don't think he eats kids. Maybe he does. It would be kind of fun to make him a switch. That would be kind of funny. We'll throw it in his little backpack. That'd be funny. A little itty bitty switch. All right, so that is another round of 18 done. Do we want to do one more or not? How big do we want this guy? I think we do. Like, you know, I want his legs to be down here. So I actually think we need maybe even 2 more rounds of 18. And he's going to be super hunched over like this. You know? Arms are going to be... Actually, arms I think are going to be lower than you think. So I think they're going to be like down here. Maybe like there. So if we do 1... let's do one more round. Let's do one more round of 18. So that's going to be 4 rounds of 18 in a row instead of the normal 3. Kevin asks, how long have I been crocheting for? I've been crocheting for... Well, do you mean like right now? How long have I been crocheting for? Or in my life? I'll answer both. Today, right now, we've been crocheting for about 2 hours so far. 2 hours. But in my life, I've been crocheting for about 18 years. Yeah, I think that's about right. 18, maybe 19, maybe 17. I don't know. You lose count after a while. But yeah, I think 18 years. I started my business like a couple years in too, so I've been doing that, like crocheting as like a full-time job for a pretty long time. Hey, does this guy have a tail? He does, right? He has a black tail, right? What's the tail situation? Do we basically just do the tongue but in black? Maybe. Okay, so now we need to figure out where to put the... Now we got to figure out where to put the legs. And I think one is going to go over that stitch. And we're going to have 4 stitches in between. So one is going to go right there. That looks actually like a pretty good spot. Okay, so we're on round... I don't know. I don't know what round we're on. Long fringed tail. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can work with that. We might be able to do like a pipe cleaner tail so that we can like curve it all weird. But it might not look as good. I don't know. But let's start by making, it's an ox tail. It's like long and skinny tail with a fluffy tip. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Maybe we'll even do a little pom-pom at the end just because why not be cute with it? Okay. Well, let's start with this next round. For this round, we're going to do... So we have 18 stitches. I think we're going to do 12 single crochets. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yes, 12 single crochets. And we're going to do 1 leg here, 4 single crochets between, and then 1 leg right here and the last stitch. Yes. Okay. So for our legs, this is where it's going to get a little weird. We're going to do a double spiked bobble in the stitch above the current round. Sounds complicated, because it kind of is. Here's how you do it. For people watching back and wanting to learn how I'm making this. First off, we're going to basically be doing 2 parts of a double crochet, but we're working not into this next stitch here. We're working 1 stitch up right here. So we're going to get our crochet hook into that stitch above it. Let's see if I can get it a little closer right there. Right there. So we're going to do 2 double crochet parts right into this stitch above. Okay, so that's the goal. So yarn over, go 1 stitch up right here, yarn over and pull through, then yarn over and pull through 2, 1 and 2. So we're going to do that twice. So there's 1 and 2. And now we're going to do a mini picot. So we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and into the back loop of the first chain we made, we're going to slip stitch. So the first part of this is going to be very similar to how we made the nose. And we're just going to basically be doing that again. Okay, so now we're going to do that whole process one more time into the same stitch. So yarn over, into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2, and then again, through 1 and 2. Then we're going to do another mini picot, so we're going to chain 2. You could just do a bobble stitch here if you think this is really complicated, because it is. Then a slip stitch there. And then we're going to do one more of those yarn over double crochet sections into that same stitch, 1 and 2, which should leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on the hook. And then we can yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook to finish that up. And you see we create this little tiny like hoved end there, which looks really cool. And then we're going to do 4 stitches. We're going to find our next single crochet. It's kind of hard to find where the next one is, but it's actually right here. It's kind of like under where that leg is. I don't know if you can really see that because of the black yarn. We'll give it a shot though. Right there. And we're just going to do 4 single crochets and then do another leg. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Second pattern you're writing, I'm really testing you here. You know what, Cooper? I would suggest for this part with this leg, just copy what's in the T-Rex or in the pterodactyl. Both of them have the instructions for this part of this pattern a little bit more like already written out. Okay, now we're going to do another leg right here in a stitch above as well. So again, it's 12 stitches. And then you could just call these legs, and then I'll do a little note later for what these legs are. So don't stress too much on this, Coop. It's totally okay. All right, so this next leg right here, we're going to do another one of these T-Rex legs. Up a stitch, 2, 1, and 2, then a mini picot. I'm going to do this a little quicker now. I've done these so many times that I might make it look easy, but I'm telling you right now, this is a complicated stitch right here. 1, 2, and then another one. I've just done it so much. That's good. And then one more repeat. 1, 2, and pull through all of them. And that's actually going to be the end of our round there too, which is kind of nice. Nice. Okay. That's pretty good. All right, now I'm going to start decreasing it down now. We only have a couple more rounds left. I'm going to do one more round where I'm decreasing it before I add in the arms, because we're going to add the arms like this. But before I even get to that, we're going to do a round of decreasing so that the arm, just so that we are further away from where our legs are. So for this second to last round, we're going to start by doing a single crochet into our first stitch. Again, the first stitch is kind of hard to get into. Here I'm a little closer, dude, just for reference. It's going to be right here. It's kind of under where this leg is. Also, when you make the leg, sometimes you have like a weird loose loop like this. All you need to do is take your needle, kind of like stuff it back into the piece like that, and you can usually hide it pretty easily. Okay. Okay, so that's one, and then a decrease by doing it. We'll do invisible decreases for this round. So one single crochet, one invisible decrease. We're just going to repeat that 6 times around, which is going to take us from 18 back down to 12. One, then decrease. And we're going to figure out what we want to do with the tail before we close it up too. Just one, then decrease, and then one, and decrease. You know what? I think I'm going to make the tail. I think we're going to have some fun with the tail. So we're going to pull this out and we're going to come back to the last round. The last round, by the way, is just going to be decreases. It's going to be pretty easy for our last round. But before we do that, we want to first add our arms. So we want to add an arm here and an arm here. So let's go ahead. We're going to use pipe cleaners again for this. I'm going to use a beige pipe cleaner because that's just what I have. We'll cut it in half. Ah, yes, black yarn, the most visible of yarns. Yes, exactly. We're going to cut this in half and basically do what we did on the last one. We're going to fold that half in half like this, and we'll twist it up. And we want this to be as long as the arm is, so we don't need it too long. It's only about down to like right there. So we're leaving almost like 2 inches left over, maybe like 1.5 inches left over at the bottom. And the reason we're doing this is so that the arms can be posable, so we can put them into different positions. So that's probably pretty good. See, I just want to make sure it's as long as the arm is. And we're just going to put this right into the arm just for reference. We are going to stuff the arm up, and this is going to go on after the fact, but that's a good reference. Cool. Let's do it again for this other side. Fold it in half. And twist. Twist, and twist, and twist, and twist. That's too long. This looks pretty good. And maybe one twist too long. There we go. All right. And now we're going to put these into the arms. So where do we want the arms? I think we want them like here. So right, I need a right here, I believe, is going to be the center. Right? Yeah, I think that's good. Because then it kind of like shows off and then like it'll get sewn around that. Okay, so that's one of the arms. So usually what I do when I'm adding the arms is first I find where I want the center to be, like this. Let's get close. So that's where we want the center of it to be, right? So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our pipe cleaner here and we're going to put one into the center and then another end into the stitch. Let's get close again. Into the stitch right next to the center, so right here. Okay, so one to the center, one into the next stitch over. Take this tail, this other end, get it into that stitch. And we just want to wiggle this in. There. There we go. Put it all the way down as close as we can. And then we're just going to twist these two ends on the inside like before. I don't think we're going to get to a second one of these today. Maybe we'll switch over to a different platform. That'd be kind of cool, actually. You know what? Maybe we will do that. That's probably a good idea. Just to kind of like try out some other platforms and stuff. Maybe we'll do Instagram or actually maybe we'll do TikTok. I've never live streamed from TikTok before. That could be kind of fun. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like that. And that's just going to be sewn on around that pipe cleaner. And we're going to do another one on the other side. We just want to make sure that it's lined up. Okay, so right there maybe? Because they're kind of like on the back. So one there, one there. Yeah, one right there. Thank you, I love kitties. Ultra appreciative. That and like that. Yeah. Cool. Like that. That's pretty good. Twitch. You know what? I haven't ever made a Twitch yet. Could be a possibility. All right, so we're just going to twist this on the inside. You're scared for me? All right. I think what I'll probably end up doing right now, by the way, after this stream, is I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I need to post the advent calendar really bad. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, I've been doing an advent calendar this year. Basically, all we're doing is we're posting to clubcrochet.com/advent. and I've been posting the what's it called? A new pattern every day. I've just been doing it from Instagram, in the Instagram Shorts. All right, so let's go ahead and stuff that in. So I'm gonna do a pattern today from that. I don't know which pattern I'd. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't really know how the other platforms work either, Cooper, but that is super good to know, and I really appreciate your help. Yeah, I think realistically what I'm going to do is take just like a half-hour break maybe, or maybe I could do it tomorrow. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I just do this tomorrow, or should I do it tonight? It's already 5 p.m. where I am, so it might be a little late. I kind of wanted to write another pattern tonight too for the snowman, so maybe I'll do it tomorrow instead. I don't think I really have any plans besides Jules. Like, Jules is doing an event. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know, maybe I'm not supposed to be telling you about this, but she's not here to tell me not to. And what are you gonna do? Tomorrow Jules is doing an event for her caroling, and it's at some celebrity's house. We don't know what celebrity or anything, but the house is a straight up castle somewhere here in LA. I don't know where. And the castle literally has a moat. A moat. Crazy. They've been kind of like trying to figure out who the celebrity could be. And the current idea is that it's Sofia Vargas or whatever her name is. The girl from Modern Family. The woman, the Colombian woman from Modern Family. They think it's her house. But again, they don't know. I'll find out this weekend and I'll let you know. Super cool though. Every now and then she sees celebrities doing this caroling group also. Like last time she was at the zoo, she saw Aaron Paul was there, which was kind of cool. Last year she did an event for Netflix thing, and she got to meet what's the woman that plays Elektra? You know who I'm talking about. She got to meet her and the guy from The Office, Andy from The Office. I can't remember what his name is either. I feel like I know it though. All right. In and do. The link is being a little weird. Just heads up, trying to set up the Christmas tree pattern. Does it? Yes, that's what it's supposed to do actually, Cooper. It's supposed to just send you directly to the Christmas tree pattern. I didn't want to make any like weird stuff. I just wanted it to be like immediately straight to the pattern from the advent calendar. I didn't want to like, I needed it to be simple this year because there was just so much going on. And I really wanted to do an advent. No, Andy from The Office, not Jim Halpert. Oh my gosh, Zoe, that's so funny. Jules and I were saying that exact thing where I was like, if we had a moat, Jules, we're putting things in that moat. And she goes, oh yeah, for sure. I thought what would be funny is just a bunch of remote control sharks in the moat and put little laser beams attached to their freaking heads. I just thought that'd be so cute. I would absolutely. If I had a moat, this is why I'll never have a moat. This is why. This is why I'll never have a moat. No other reason. Okay. Second arm. Yeah, I don't think we're making a second troll today. But I do think I'm going to do this tomorrow on, hopefully on TikTok. Just because, you know what? I want to give TikTok a shot. Put me in, coach. So if you're not following on TikTok, by the way, we are just at Club Crochet. I think that's it. Just at Club Crochet on TikTok. So that's 1, 2. Hold on for a second. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Okay, cool. Just at Club Crochet on TikTok. Feel free to follow. I don't post there very often because I don't really know how it works. But I do know that it works better than Instagram live streams. Instagram live streams don't really give you any oomph at all. So we're going to try TikTok tomorrow. I don't know what time. Probably same time. Let's just assume it's going to be around 3-ish. 1, 2, 3 is where we want to go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. You know what? We'll go over here. It's going to be hidden more anyhow. All right. 1. And then hopefully the pattern for this will actually be on the website by then too. So that way it'll give me time tonight to work on this, work on getting like the photos and stuff in the pattern to, and check out what Cooper made. I think Cooper probably knocked it out of the park though, I'm not gonna lie. He did the Grinch pattern this week. He added the Grinch pattern to the website, and Cooper like freaking killed it. Like 10 out of 10, perfectly added to the site. I was very, very impressed. Okay, I have an idea for what we want to do for the tail actually this time. Okay, so we're gonna pull it a little tighter there. I've got an idea. Uh-oh, wait, where's that gray yarn? There should be a gray end here too somewhere. Can't see in there though. Hold on. There it is. Okay. Double knot. That's okay. Ed Helms, that's his name. That's his name. Thank you. All right, I think we're gonna do a pipe cleaner thing for the tail here. I've got a fun idea. We've already kind of learned how to do this pipe cleaner thing, so let's do that, and let's do a pom pom at the end of it. Because yeah, we're definitely not gonna be able to do this and another one of these today, which is a bummer because I really wanted to try using this cool shiny yarn, but we'll get to it tomorrow. But what we can do. Well, first, let's go ahead and stuff. I just want to stuff the neck up a little bit because we still need to make the basket and stuff too. Can't believe I thought I was going to be able to make 2 of these today. That's so silly of me. Okay. So for the tail, here is my plan. We're going to do basically the same thing as we did with the horns, but we're going to do a pom-pom using our glittery yarn here at the very end of the tail. I think that will be fun. So let's do a pom-pom real quick. I got these cool little pom-pom makers, which are just kind of fun. And let's go ahead and make a pom-pom. So go like this. I love these pom-pom makers, by the way. I think these are probably from Clover. I'm not sure. Get started. Okay. So basically, this is how you do pom-pom. You just kind of like wind it up these 2 halves here. There's a bunch of different ways to make pom-poms. You can make them by hand also. You can also make one of these using cardboard. I actually might have a tutorial for that somewhere. I don't know. But basically, you just wind it up as much as you want. I don't think we need it too pom-pommy. It's probably fine. Go one more time around the bottom of it. Let's go ahead and... Do I want to cut it? I think I do want to cut it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And then we close this in. And that's 1/2 of the pom-pom. I made that other end a little long, so let's go ahead and cut that one too. And then we'll do the same on the other side now. Two, 3. What did you do? Hey, Zoe, how did you make your tail? Was it just like a single or like a long chain with slip stitches maybe? I'm not sure. Because this, I won't lie, this is definitely very extra. And I don't think it's necessary. But when do I ever do things that are necessary? Is it necessary to drink your own urine? No, but it's sterile and I like the taste. We're going to close this up here. Like that. Okay, and then here's how you finish the pom-pom. Well, first off, let's cut these little tail ends. They're a little longer than we need them to be. Like that and like that. And then we're going to cut these in half. Like this. You go down from the bottom here and you just start cutting them up in half. And it should stay together. That. Do it on the other side. That. There you go. And then we're going to take a little bit more of this yarn and we're going to go right through the center of it. See, it's got this little cutout of the center. That. And then we're just going to double knot this. You kind of want to double knot it pretty tight. And I want a little bit longer of a tail end here. And a tougher, okay, so you did do chains. Maybe that would be easier then. Really tight there. Oh, this yarn does not like to break. That's good. Really tight double knotting. And then I'm just going to pull this off of the pom-pom maker. Like that. And squish that pom-pom in a little bit. That looks so cool. Look at that. That looks awesome. Now let's just cut these ends so that everything is like a little bit more in line with each other. Squish it, squish, squish. Clean that fuzz up. All right, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this at the end of a long pipe cleaner tail that we surround with black yarn. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. What is your guys' opinion on this idea? Is it too extra? Because we could just do a chain and then sew this into the end of the chain too. Should probably be a lot easier. Yeah, that would be less effort, which would be kind of nice actually. Whatever. We're only making one today anyhow. Let's do it. All right, how long do we want this tail to be? Team. That's too long, right? Way, way too long. We need it. I think we can half this pipe cleaner. So we're going to cut the pipe cleaner. Half. I think basically as long as one of these horns essentially is what we're going for. That long? Yeah, enough where you can like kind of make it wind up and around. I think that's good. And then we'll do the same thing as we did for the horns. So we're just going to make a loop at the end with our needle so that we have something to sew it in with. And then we're just going to twist this all the way up. That. And we're going to need more black yarn in it with a different ball. There we go. I think I see some. Okay, I think that's probably long enough. And before I even start winding it up with our black yarn, we need to add the pom-pom at the end. And then we'll wind it up with black yarn so that the black will go around the pom-pom ends. So we'll cut this. Oops. And I'm just going to go into the center of this with one of these ends. Like that. And then, you know what, I'll do it the other way around with the other end. Like so. So now both of these ends should be around it. And, you know, I'm going to go around back in with both sides. That. Huh. And then with this other end. I'm coming out of that way, so we're going to go around this side. I'm just kind of doubling it up, so I don't need to worry about anything coming undone. All right. And we can actually have it come up the top if we want, but I think what's going to be easiest here is we just double knot it and then we hold the yarn down and then we wrap around the yarns to hide it. I think that's going to make it a little bit easier. Although I am making a complicated tail, I'm not going to lie. 1 and 2, and then we're just going to hold it down like that. Cut it pretty short. And let's get some more black yarn in a different strand. Oh, you know what? Let's add this to the tail where we want it first, and then we'll do the wrap. So, I mean, tail's got to be on the butt. So right here and here, like that. It's going to be really cute, actually. And then we'll just do the thing that we've been doing for all of the pipe cleaners. We just twist it on the inside a couple times. 1, 2 and a half. Scoop it in. Okay. Right? That looks pretty good, I think. You absolutely need to get a tiny pom-pom maker. They come in like packs of different sizes too. Highly suggested. And this time we don't need this tail to be super thick like this one. We can do it really thin. So we can actually just do one strand of the yarn instead of doing like a multi-strand. And then I'm just going to have it pull out through the bum, through one of these two ends. And we really, the trick here to make sure that this pom-pom ends are hidden well, a little bit more, cut that yarn, is we need to like hold these pom-pom ends down. In fact, you know what, let's just go around it a few times like this. That way it like holds into place. And we're just going to wrap around the base and then start wrapping around the pipe cleaner, and hopefully we're going to get these pom-pom ends in there with it. Okay, it's kind of the hardest part is getting it started, but once you get started it should be pretty easy. There we go. Just going to wrap it up. And notice how I'm trying to cover it up as much as I can as I go up it. I don't know if you really can see it. Let me get a little closer to the camera. Just kind of see how I'm wrapping up that. And don't worry too much. We are going to wrap back down it. So if you don't cover it too much already, it's okay. I'm going to pull these tail ends a little bit tighter. Oh, it's not really working. I wrapped around a little too tight. That's okay. All the way up. All the way up. It's probably pretty good. And now we're going to take this end. We'll go straight into the center of the end of our pipe cleaner. Like these. Oh. Like these. Nice. Round it again. Come out this way. And then we're going to very subtly wrap back down the pipe cleaner. We don't need to cover it too much, I don't think. So I am like kind of weirdly wrapping around our guy. That's pretty good. It's gonna look so The tail is going to look funny. It's not going to fit the character much, but it's also going to look stupid cute. Let me cut these two tail end of our pom-pom too. We'll try to cover that up a little bit more. Oh, I forgot I need to eat food today. Also, I always forget that you need to eat every day. Every day you gotta eat. It's like exhausting, you know. It's yeah. This is the Dr. Seussian version of Krampus, I think. Okay, a couple more times at the bottom here. Cover it up a little bit more, and then in through the opposite stitch as the start. Like these. I think that's going to be funny looking. I like it, actually. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then we're just going to double knot these. Oops. Sorry, camera. Didn't mean to hit you. All right. One. Right? It is a Fraggle tail. Fraggle Rock is legit top 5 shows of all time for me. I love Fraggle Rock. The redo of Fraggle Rock is kind of been all right, but it's a little too childish now. It's like a kid's show or something. Okay, so now I'm gonna make the tail go like up and like a little wiggly wibbly like that. You know, so that it's got like kind of a curve to it, and because we're gonna have a tail and or a backpack and stuff too. But we can actually finish up the base of our guy now. So all we need to do is stuff up as much as we want to. First, I'm going to add some heavy coins in the very base of our character, just so that he can stand up a little bit better. We'll do one more round before I do that, though. Yeah, so we'll do one more round of crocheting. I'm going to do a sharp decrease this time, which I just call a decrease, DEC. But essentially a sharp decrease, the difference is just that it's like a slip stitch 2 together, essentially. So you go into the next stitch, pull a loop through, then go into the next stitch right here, pull a second loop through, and pull that second loop through the 2 on the hook. This makes a really, really flat bottom. It's a very noticeable decrease. I'm going to make 6 of those. This is a very noticeable decrease, but because it's on the bottom of our piece, it's not really a big deal. And it makes your end of your crochet really flat, which is nice when you're trying to make something that stands up well. This is actually the original way that I decreased before I learned the invisible decrease or single crochet 2 together. So when I was in high school, and I was really just kind of like making up how to crochet as I went. I learned how to do the single crochet, and then the rest of it I kind of just like figured out on my own. And then later I found out these were stitches already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cut it close and pull it all the way through. Okay, we're gonna sew this up just in a second. Let's start though. We need to add some nickels. That's probably fine. I think 3 is okay. It might be kind of hard to get these stitches in there, or these in there now that I've made it flat, so we're gonna do our best. Oh, you know what? We need a little bit more stuffing also. Just honestly, we don't need very much. We just need a little bit. We need our goat boy to be a little bit squishier. A little bit crochet tip, a little bit crochet. What am I saying? Gosh, a little bit more plump. That's what I'm trying to say. I read Crochandro's comment, and that was a very nice comment. Thank you. We're just going to stuff it up with these nickels now. I think 3 probably is going to be enough. We'll test it. If it doesn't work, we'll Add more. Oh yeah, 3. He sits up perfectly with 3. That's perfect. Cool. Okay. And it'll be even better when we have a backpack on him. Which, that's going to be a fun thing to figure out in just a second. Okay. So let's decrease this up. Sew it closed. I have a brain. It works sometimes. Not always when I want it to, but sometimes. Oops. The arm there. Boom, boom. Wah, 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 wah. That's the penguin for you, Zoe. Because I know you're hearing it anyhow. Wah, wah. And then now you throw the penguin off of the edge of the map to see what happens. And nothing happens. And you're like, wait, what? Oh, wait, I needed that thing? And then you restart the level. That's Mario 64 World 3 or 2? 3. 2? Maybe 2. No. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Anyhow, we've got our character all sewn closed. He just needs a few more things to be full Krampus mode. But, guys, looking adorably terrifying. Am I right? Looking cute and scary all in one fell swoop. Okay. Now here's what I'm thinking we could do for his what's it called? Satchel? I don't know. I've always wanted to try to do this. I don't know if this is going to work. I really don't know if this is going to work. I actually think it probably won't work, but I really want to try it because I've always kind of wanted to. Essentially what you do is we're going to crochet really tiny here. We're going to start by creating, I'm using some thread, white thread here. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I don't know. I just really want to give it a shot. So I'm going to start by making a magic loop in white thread, and I'm going to single crochet 6 times into the magic loop. 1, 2, I really don't think this is going to work. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull that tight, and we're going to have this little tiny circle here. All right, so next I'm going to start a single crochet. We're going to do an increase into each stitch around, but I want to work around this as we go and see if that works. So let's see what happens. So it'd be like 1, and then in the same stitch would be 2 like that. I don't think this is going to work right. 1, 2. I don't think this is going to be the right way to do this, but I just always have wanted to try this, to make a basket this way. We're kind of crocheting around something simultaneously. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's pull this a little bit in. It's kind of fun. Let's see what happens. Why not experiment? All right, so that's the first or the second round done. Yeah, this is definitely not going to be what we're going to end up with. So, sorry. But I do want to see what happens. Let's do a few more rounds of this just to see how it ends up looking. 1, do 2 here. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, for sure not going to be the way we're doing it. just wanted to see. I mean, it might work if I had like thicker twine. Could work. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna get the cotton, not the twine. If I had like really thick twine, it might work. You know? But yeah, that's just not gonna look the way we want it to. Cool idea though, right? Let's just do a few more rounds here. Maybe I could use this as like a shield for something, or I don't know. You know, now that we're already started with it. It does look cool though. Yeah, but you're totally right. It's just gonna look like this cotton, not the actual twine. I'm just gonna do one more round of this just because I'm having fun with it. And then we'll switch back over and do a more legitimate one. I mean, if I go a little looser here, it does kind of show the twine a little bit more. I'm glad you see the vision, though. You see what I was trying to do. Oh, Chill Bunny! But not Chill Bunny anymore. Now you're Local Warrior Cats fan. That's a fun name. 1, 2... I mean, we can try crocheting with this twine. I don't anticipate it making our life very easy. So I think we're going to make the basket the way that Zoe did-ish. I don't know. We'll see. Two, 3, 4. I mean, it's looking a little cool, right? Wow, it feels really cool. If I made a whole basket out of this, that actually would be really cool. That would be really, really cool. I do like it. It's not what's going to work out here, but I do like it. Yeah, I don't really have any cotton that's the right color, though. Yeah. I'm going to do one more round crocheting up it. So just one single crochet per stitch. And as it gets higher up, let's see what it starts to look like. And I'm getting a little bit more loose with it now. I'm just so curious of what this ends up looking like. It's going to be a little hat for something. Yeah. I mean... No, yeah, this is not going to work for his basket. I want it to so badly, though. Just because it's cute. It's like a fun idea. But yeah, I'd need a different color thread. And I'd also need to probably just do it differently in general. It is looking cool, though. You know, imagine that goes up further. And we actually have a little cute basket. Yeah, I agree. No, he needs a basket for sure, not a sack. Fun hat, though, for this little guy. Do we like that? Yeah, why not? We're making this guy a fun hat now. While we're at it. I just don't want to cut the yarn, too. You know, okay, wait. I'll come back to this later. We're here for a mission. Let me get some more twine. And I'll cut the thread, too. Sorry, camera. I didn't mean to hit you. Okay. We'll just put this off to the side, and I'll mess with it later. Okay. Back to the drawing board. So, we want to use beige then. I think this beige is fine for it. And we're going to make this easier. I'm going to make a base that is going to be probably like 18 stitches around. So we're going to start with the, you know what? Let's do 8 to 16. So it's a little bit less, but it's still got a big bag. Okay, so we're going to do 8 single crochets into the magic loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 into the magic loop. Wait, hold on. 1. Because now I'm trying to think, like, do I want this to be more oblong? I think I do. Okay, wait, we're taking this back then. We're doing 6 into the magic loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to do an oblong shape. So we're going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch. And then 2 single crochets into the second stitch, aka an increase. And then 3 single crochets into the third stitch. 1, 2, 3. The idea here is we're trying to make it more of an oval. And then we're going to do that again. 1 into the first, 2 into the second, and then 3 into the third. So we do that twice. 1, 2, and 3. So that's going to make it at least hopefully a little bit more oval. Is that big enough? Yeah, I think this is big enough. All right. Is that big enough? Yeah, it's big enough. Okay. You made a base of 18 for yours. We could do it a little bit bigger, I guess. 1, 2, 11, 12. Do I want to do it bigger or not? I guess 18 would be big enough where we could fit little critters in there. All right, fine. So next round, so that was round 2. Round 3, I'm going to do 1 single crochet in the first, 1 single crochet in the next, so 2 single crochets in a row, and then 1 increase, 3, and then a single crochet. So 1, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So 2 single crochets, and then 3 increases in a row. 1, 2. There's our first increase. Here's our second increase. And then here's our third increase. 1, 2. And then 3 single crochets in a row. 1, 2, 3. And then 3 increases in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then a last increase, 1 and 2, and then 1 more single crochet into the last stitch to finish up round 3. Again, for round 3, that's 2 single crochets, 3 increases, 3 single crochets, 3 increases, 1 single crochet. Maybe an easier way to write that is 2 single crochets, 3 increases, 1 single crochet, repeated twice, but I don't know. Okay, next round. Actually, the next round, I want to make it, because I kind of want this to be, it's a pretty big basket though, huh? That's okay. I really like the way Zoe did it. So we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch here to connect everything. And then we're going to start a row of like upwards bits. So we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe like that. Is that high enough for a basket? What do you think? 7? Yeah. Okay. Chain 7. And then starting in the second chain from the hook, we're going to just slip stitch down. Let's try single crocheting down. Second chain from the hook, single crochet into each chain down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5 single crochets down. Sorry, hold on. I'm just thinking. And we're going to work on the back loops on the base stitches. This is going to be really hard to write down. 1 slip stitch there. 5, and then a slip stitch. Second will leave a big gap. That'll leave a big gap. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's do that again. Let's do we could do a single crochet 2 together. That could work. But is that just going to be really, really thick? Let's just try it out. We'll do a slip stitch into the next. I'm going to turn. And I know I'm not explaining this well right now, but we're just trying to figure this out as we go here. Oh, you did it in the round. Oh, I thought you did a flat. How did you make the lines? 3. Did you just slip stitch up and down it? 4, 5, and 6 like that. Yeah, so the idea would be like this over and over again. And it'd create like this lined edge. And then it would go on this back right here. And we'd fill it with tiny children. Chain 1. Slip stitch using the back loop only, or single crochet, sorry, back loop only. 4, 5, and then using the last one, we would. Don't worry too much about this one, Cooper. This is a very complicated thing that I'm doing here. And I don't know if I like it yet. Oh, front post double crochet, back post double crochet. Oh, you know what? It is the same way I did the cupcake. Cooper, you're totally right. I'm actually going to pull that pattern up. I think you're right. Cupcake. Yeah, the preview pattern. Let me see actually. I totally forgot I did it this way. Ooh, do you hear that neck crack? Cupcake liner. Okay. You know what? We are going to do it this way. Okay, let me undo this. Let me undo this. Get back down to round 3 here. Okay, so we just finished round 3. Round 4, we're going to do working into the front loops only. We're going to slip stitch into each around for 18 stitches total. 1, 2, and this is going to hopefully create like a base to it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh boy, we've been live streaming for a long time. 7, 8, 9. The rocket? 10. What rocket? 11. 12. 16. 17. 18. Working into the front loops only. Okay. Then we want to cut the yarn. Pull through, and we're going to hide the end into the first slip stitch that we made. So this is, I'm just basically copying exactly what is written in the cupcake pattern for you, Cooper. Okay, just hiding the end in, except obviously it's going to be less stitches. All right, now we want to pull a loop through the first unused back loop only from round 3. So that's going to be right here. It's going to be that first unused back loop only. And pull a loop through that. Like so. Go around it like this. And we're just going to chain however many we want. Let's do 7, or let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is good. Let's do 8. 8. Skip, we're going to skip 2 of these. Oh, because that makes it like a little frill at the end. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to skip 2 of these, and then we're going to single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2. It's not a very big bag. Okay, you know, we're going to chain 8, 9 instead. Yeah, that's still pretty big, but not too big. Okay, so we're chaining 9, skip 2 of our chains, and single crochet, I think 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, 5, and 6 single crochets down. And then when we get to our last chain here, we want to single crochet 2 together using the last chain and the connecting border back loop only. So that's going to be this one. And I'm going to work around this tail end as I go too. And we're just going to single crochet 2 together like that. And then we're going to... See ya, Art by Ash. Thanks for joining. And then we're going to slip stitch into the next 2 back loops only. So into this one, 1, and one more right here. Will be 2 back loops only slip stitched. Cool. We're going to turn our piece. We're going to skip those 2 slip stitches, and then working into those back loops only all the way up, we're going to single crochet all the way up. It should be, I believe, 7. So that's 1, 2. Hi, Jean. How you doing? 3, 4, 5. Yep. 6 and 7 is going to be right there. Cool. Yeah. Okay. I'm liking this. All right. Now we're going to turn. Chain 2. 1, 2. Skip the 2 chains and single crochet 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously working in those back loops only. 5 and 6. Using that last stitch here, which honestly it's kind of hard to see there. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So you can kind of see right that. So the last one is kind of under. You can see it right there. We're going to start into that back loop only. We're going to do a single crochet 2 together, 1 into that, and then 1 into the slip stitch connection. So this one, back loop only, 1, and then into the slip stitch connection 2, and then single crochet 2 together like that. And then we're going to slip stitch into the next 2 and turn. Into the back loops only of the border stitches. So 1 and 2 like that. And then we'll turn, skip those 2 slip stitches and single crochet up. And we're just going to keep repeating this all the way until we get to the end of our piece. Kind of a fun little weird way to do the basket, but you know, add in a little bit of something to it. I like it. I like it. Oh, cute. You crocheted some tiny dinosaurs for your niece. I love that. Chain 2, 1, 2. Turn, skip, and yeah, keep the repeat a going. Shouldn't repeat too many times. And this should make a nice little basket that looks very, I don't know, baskety. It might be a little big for our guy. You know, it'll be pretty high up. But, you know, that way we can have more children in it. You can carry more children. We could have made this basket smaller by doing less chains too, so it was a little bit not as high up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, my tummy is a grumbling. We gotta finish this stream up, you guys. I can't believe I thought I was gonna be able to do 2 of these in this. Such a silly. Such a silly. Skip 2 and single crochet up. What should I eat for dinner? Should I do ramen? Ooh, I could do ramen. Ooh, I think I'm going to do ramen. Oh, no, but all I have is spicy ramen. And, guys, it is so spicy. It's like that spicy ramen that makes you just die. You can feel it in your stomach eating your tummy lining away. Away. 2. That's a great point, Jazzy. I love that point. Jazzy says that if it's a little bigger, then the children just can't get out, which is great. That's exactly what we want. We can't have these children escaping the grasps of our wonderful Krampus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single crochet 2 together. Slip stitch 2. 1 and 2. Turn. Skip the 2. Single crochet up. Nice. Now we're in a groove. Now we're in a groove. Well, I'm glad you're here, local cat warrior. Meow. That's a cat warrior going meow. Two, slip stitch down. Do we like how this is gonna look? Wow, this is gonna be very big. Big basket. Honestly, this is too big of a basket. This is gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. Our whole Krampus is gonna be able to fit in this basket. Uh-oh. Did I make it too big? I might have made it too big. Whatever. It'll be funny. It'll be funny, and we'll put a little character in the bag. What character should we put in the bag? I'm not going to crochet it, but we could do like a bunch of mini goblins. Definitely could do that. Ba 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 da ba. Meow. Wow. Yep, it is the Bulldog stuff. Yeah, I think it's Korean. I think it's a Korean ramen. It is like, I was like, oh, maybe I could handle this. I can't handle it. I do like a couple little bits of the spice, and then I just make the rest of the broth my own way. Hey, again, if you haven't liked this video yet, like it down below. It would be cool. You don't have to, but it'd be nice. Okay, 1, 2, skip to my me, because my name is Lou. And work back down. Hey, thanks everybody for hanging out for so long. I know this is a kind of an extra long live stream today, but you know, we're having fun. Why not? And I think I'm going to be live again next week. So next Friday, same time. I don't think I have a Christmas party next Friday. So, oh, you know what? I can't do a live stream tomorrow. I have my friend's got a going away party. But I guess it's at night. I could do a stream in the day. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Okay, just a few more of these repeats. Oh, maybe it won't be as big as I feel it will. Yeah, maybe it will. We'll find out. 1, 2, skip. 1. 4, 5, 6, and then a single crochet 2 together. Slip stitch 2. 1, 2. Switch. Man, low-key, part of me wants to just order pizza. But Jules isn't home, and then she's gonna come home and be like, did you order pizza for yourself? No. No. Will Krampus get mad at me if I order myself a whole pizza? Maybe. Maybe I'll end up on the bad list. Oh, I gotta skip a song. Hold on. Bye 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 bye. You don't hear the song. You don't hear this song, YouTube. You don't hear this song, YouTube. Okay, there we go. Here was this. If YouTube hears that song, they get mad at me. They're like, actually, no. Actually, you're in trouble now. Ba, 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 ba. All right, just I think like 2 more rounds of this. The last round, when we get to the last round, which will be, I believe, the next one, we're going to pull through the adjacent chain from the beginning, and then we're going to continue each stitch up, so it'll like connect the whole basket together without actually having to sew anything together. So turn, skip these 2, and single crochet up. Six and 7. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Actually, I'm going to try to work around this tail end as I go down this end piece too. So 1, 2. So when we get to the last round, I think I go up it. I think the last round is going back up. I don't know. Well, let's find out. We're just about at the end. No shame in pizza. Love that. Love that. What a good hype, man. And then I don't have to drive anywhere. I don't got to leave the house, which, yuck, who likes leaving the house? All right. So now we're on the end part. I think we're just going to go slip stitch across one. See, so we do 1 and then 2 to get up to the other side here. And then I'm going to pull my loop out, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches to work with. So now we want to find the 7 chains on the opposite side. So I think this one's going to be the first one. I'll get a little closer right here. I believe it's going to be pulling through this loop, but let's count. So I'll be boop, and then 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to pull this loop through this stitch. So we're going to take our crochet hook, go into that chain, pull our loop through the chain like that, and then pull it tighter again. Maybe. There we go. And now we're going to still skip our 2 slip stitches. Make sure the loop is on the outside, and then we're going to single crochet up 1 loop at a time here. 1 like that, and then pull our loop out, and then go into the next chain on the connecting side right here. Put our crochet hook in there, grab our loop and pull it through that chain, and then pull it tight again. And we're just going to keep doing that for all the stitches up. There's only 7. But this way it'll seam it all together and we won't have to actually sew anything. So pull the loop out, go into the next stitch, grab the loop and pull it through. And then single crochet into the back loop of the next stitch. Loop out, next stitch, pull the loop through, tighter, single crochet. Just about done. Good night. Good night, local warrior cat. Yep, exactly. Kristen totally gets it. You leave the house. And what happens? You forget scissors. Ugh. What is my favorite type of pizza? I think, I'm boring. I'm going to go classic pepperoni. It's my favorite. I like pepperoni pizza. Now, if you're getting me a Topper's Pizza, which is a local pizza chain that I am obsessed with, then I'm going to ask for a pepperoni with chopped garlic. Baby, that's a good pizza. Okay. Last thing we want to do, we got all the way up to the top there. We got these 2 tail. No one's ever going to get into this basket, so I'm just going to double knot these 2 tail ends together. Just kind of like hiding them. I probably should have hidden them earlier. In fact, that's how I write it, is like hide these 2 tail ends before you start this round. But we didn't do that. So we're just going to double knot them and cut these tail ends close. And no one's ever going to know. How's anybody going to know? Never going to know. Boop, boop. Can't get in there anyhow. And then I'll cut this other tail end short. Nice. Okay, now the other thing we could do now is we could use this tail end before we close it up, and we could create our, actually that's a good idea. We could create the long end so that it goes, we create a long chain and it'll go around the outside of our guy and we'll connect it down here and then hide it in. Let's just do that. That way it's like all connected and we can have it on his back and we don't have to worry about, and it'll be more like a satchel than like a backpack, and you'll be able to see the top of it too, which will be kind of nice. I think this is a good idea. So what we're going to do is instead of cutting and pulling through and everything, is we're going to chain a bunch of chains. So we're going to do a chain. I think we're going to chain at least 12. So let's do 12 to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Thank you, Michelle. Hope you're doing good. Haven't seen you chatting in a while, so I hope you're doing well. That's 12. I think we're going to need more than 12 though. Right? Because we're going to need to like connect it over. So 12. Let's keep going. Let's go to 15. 13, 14, 15. Let's see how that looks. So it's going to go on this side. We're going to go across and over. And then connect it in right there. That's too high up maybe. Let's go, let's see. That's 16, 17. Let's do 18. Let's see how 18 goes. Around the outside of our guy. Because I don't want it to hike up too high. And then we'll connect it right there. That might be a little loose now. I don't know. That might be just a little bit looser than we want. So let's take one out. We'll do 17. In the pattern, Cooper, when you're writing this down, write like chain as many as you need to go around the body. And you can say I did 17 chains. And then we're going to connect it to, see, where are we going to connect it to? Whatever this one is. Okay, so we're going to connect it to, I don't know, what would I call these? Like, around the outside, around the outside. What would I call these ends? Like, connect it at the base 2 columns away, maybe? 2 columns away, like this. Here, I'll do a really close so we can get a screenshot of that too. So it'll be right there. And we're going to connect it by doing a slip stitch into that. Like so. Pretty simple to just slip stitch. Yeah, that's good. And then cut the yarn. We're going to pull it through. I'm just going to pull this nice and tight, and then we're just going to hide these ends in there. Ridges. Ridges is a good one, Michelle. I like that. Dazzling Action. I will do a video for pipe cleaners. Expect it probably in February. All right, now I'm going to go back into the base here, and I'm just going to hide this on the inside of the back of a few stitches. So we're just going to go up the back of some of these stitches right here in the inside, kind of like this. It doesn't need to be very clean. Again, this is on the inside, so no one's going to even see it anyhow. Maybe the children that are stuck in this basket will, but other than that. All right, so now we've got this weird, cool bag satchel. That's kind of cool, right? And then I think it's going to be easiest to go on to attach it to him from the bottom of him like this. Yeah, rather than going over the horns at the top. And looks like maybe 17 was even a little big, but it's kind of nice. It's a little looser, which is kind of nice too. All right, so now the only other things we need to do, we don't have children to put into his little satchel yet. We will get there eventually, but he needs his stick. So I got all these sticks from outside. That's a little long. This one's pretty good. Let's break it right there. And let's see, maybe I can cut the top of this stick a little bit. Like this. So I can like split the stick a little bit. No, that didn't work. Whatever. We'll put a stick into his little hand. Very fragile stick, so I gotta be careful. We're going to go in through this. Basically what I'm doing right now in the hand is I'm just using my crochet hook to create a little hole, little spacer for the stick. And then we're going to take that stick. Which one was it? This one? Yeah. And we'll go, oh, nope, broke our stick. These sticks are too fragile, I think. Maybe this one. This. There we go. Nice. Okay, so he's got his little stick in his hand. His horns go out a little bit more so you can see him from the front. And then I'm just going to fill the bag with the rest of these sticks for right now. You know? So at least it has something in it. Here, oh, I got a good idea. Hold on. We'll fill out the rest of these sticks. And then, hold on. Where is he? Here we go. This will be the perfect addition for now. We'll put this little gnome I've been making for our next thing. We'll put him in his basket with the sticks. Just for now. He's a little bad boy. He's a little bad boy gnome. Perfect! Little bad boy gnome. That's perfect. Okay, guys. I think that's going to be it for today. Order myself some pizza. All right. So, let's take a look at our final piece. Looking cute. So cute. Wow. Definitely not a demon. For sure. He's got a little stick. He's got a cute little tail here. His awesome horns. He's got a little gnome in his backpack with some extra sticks. I love him! That's so cool. You need to get the sticks from the outside. Absolutely. Okay, guys. I think that's going to be it for today. I am very happy with this finished project. I think that is so cute. I'm going to get the pattern on the website with Cooper's help. Thank you again for your help, Cooper. ASAP, expected around the end of the weekend, probably. If I have the time, I'll crochet another one tomorrow. I'm so sorry I didn't get to make one in our cool fuzzy yarn. At least we used it for some pieces of our projects, our tail and our face hair and stuff. But I'll try to get, if I got enough time tomorrow, I'm going to try to do another live stream on TikTok using this yarn to make another Krampus. And now that we know what we're doing a little bit more, it'll be a little bit quicker and easier for me to make too. Okay, guys, thanks again for watching. I really, really appreciate you joining and sticking around for this long of a stream too. Very cool. If you could, please like this video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And I'll be back again next Friday. So I'll be back again next Friday. I don't know what we're making just yet, but I guarantee you it's going to be something holiday related. So if you'd like to join, yeah, same time, same place, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time next week. Don't forget to check out the Advent Calendar by joining and following on Instagram, and you can check the new Advent Calendar every day. I'm going to post a new one right now. If you want to get today's Advent Calendar before I switch it, we're giving away this Christmas tree pattern, but it's going to switch in probably 30 minutes. So get it while you can, and then you can get another pattern after that. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining. Pasta la pizza. Happy hooking. I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, bye. Oh, wait, I forgot. No, you hang up. Oh my gosh. Stop. You hang up first. No. No, you. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining. Okay, bye.